Okay, that's really rad. A thing within a thing, the video within the video. This is the size that my video always needs to be at, 735.
So, in
Okay, here we
1933,
go. So here we go for real. I'm on acid and I'm recording Kill a Kill. This is what I'm doing. It's gonna be weird, and I'm sorry. And I'm not sorry. Hi, this is me. Whoa, fuck. God. To examine oneself in the light of fucking truth. Yeah. Yeah, that's some serious business. Alright, I'm gonna have some cannabis. So people, when they're watching me, they're seeking social mirroring and reflection. They're seeking someone who knows what's going on, someone who's understanding things, accomplishing the task of seeking things out and judging things, and they're seeking to see whether I understand what's worthy. And they're going to use my definitions and my choices and my thoughts and my statements and my thinking to inform their own judgment, because they get to watch me form my judgments about things that exist in this world. The most powerful thing we can do is to judge. And so I am a critic. And I am in fullness. Sorry. That is the truth, though. It doesn't mean that I can accomplish it. It doesn't mean that I'm capable of it. But to judge the things and reflect them back to you, to show you what is worthwhile from the perspective of, like, being one person and seeing how much shit I can get figured out and then how much of it I can share with you. I want to share as much of it with you as I possibly can, and this is the way of doing that, and this is the way of you seeing me doing that, and this is the way that you can understand what I'm saying and I can express what I need to express to you. So by talking and thinking and hearing and being in a state with YouTube like this, we are together, we are as one, and I can express all these things to you. Sick. You can hear them on your own time and ignore them on your own time, because they're not just a thought, they're recorded. And so you can do things with them that you can't do with your own thoughts. You can play back a thought that's been recorded. Just like a thought that's been written down, you can look at it and you can go back over it and you can think over it again. When you have a really transcendent thought, it's gone in an instant. Rip. It's just gone, so you can't hold on to it. The most valuable thing is to record, right? To hold on to some of that information and then to share it. That's the catalyst. You have to share that information with your culture, and then the culture gets better and self articulates around you if you articulate the self correctly. Because the culture is built around the self, and the self is the identity of the culture, and you're a part of this multi-layered, multifaceted thing that's all self-articulating, dancing, structures going up. I'm thinking of it as a dance now. We're all dancing in unison around a fire. Dancing in unison around a fire. We're all one. We are all one. We're one tribe. We're all one. Dancing in unison around that fire, going, going, going. And this culture takes its steps forward, right? And you look around you to see if everybody's dancing. But if the beat is right, then you don't have to look around you to see if everybody's dancing. So everybody's aligned to this cultural beat. We're all dancing together. But if there's something wrong with the beat, you can't dance to the beat, so you start looking around like, what the fuck is going on? And right now, the beat is in discord. We got chaos right now, man. We got jazz. Literally bio-digital jazz, man. We're in the midst of the organic into digital ecosystem creation where our minds are becoming one with this computer system. But most importantly, our ability to communicate with each other is becoming one with this computer system. So our organism, our human organism is growing, and it's growing neurons right now. Over the course of the last 20 years, we didn't have internet before, and now we have it. Everyone wasn't connected before, and now they are. So all these things are fucking crazy. Imagine humanity's been marching to this one cultural do for like a bajillion years, right? We've all been marching together. That beat is like, kill things, get berries, hunt stuff, make farm. Farm's really good. Write down the fact that you can make a farm to your kids so that they don't forget about it and go and hunt in the woods for their entire life, because it's really important that they learn that they could make a farm and things would be much easier for them. Wouldn't that be great if things could be much easier for them, if you could just teach them to make a farm and then they wouldn't have to go hunt stuff and forage for berries their entire time. The food will literally grow itself if you just put in a little bit of work. Crazy. Okay. So we're all in part of this culture, and then we can connect. Everything's different. Everything's different. The beat is gone. There's silence. There's chaos, and it's a space that anything can fill. And our structures, the way we are reeling. Everybody's in this lockstep dance together. The beat goes out. Everybody freezes because everybody looks around and they're like, "Is the beat going to come back online in a way that makes sense?" But instead of the beat coming back online, what we get right now is ding, clang, Jimmy. We get this cultural chaotic dissonance, and I know that's silly, but like, you hear one thing from one side and one thing from another side. You hear one thing from here, and then you can go on Google and Google a thing and find the truth and its exact opposite right next to each other, and they look exactly the same. I did this. This was recent with Kellogg's. Somebody turned to me and said, "Hey, did you know that Kellogg's, the creator of Cornflakes, created Cornflakes because he believed that cornflakes were so bland that it would get people to stop masturbating?" And I was like, that doesn't sound like it's true. So I went and I looked it up. And what's great is if you just look up Kellogg's Cornflakes and you look up the person who invented them, you find their whole life story. So that's what I did. I was like, okay, I got to be really careful not to look up the meme. I got to look up the core of the thing. Kellogg's creator. That's it. Just Kellogg's. Who made it? I looked at him. I read through his life. He was like, okay, he's a pastor. He was part of a church, or they might have been Seventh-day Adventists too. So like maybe a more extremist church. Cool. Great. Oh, specifically and explicitly said they were invented as and like part of their processing thing. But their family ran a sanitarium, and so they started making cornflakes for mental health patients, and they liked them so much that they were able to sell them to everybody else. Okay, great. And also somebody who was working there, whose last name was Post, stole the idea and made Post, which is the company that is Post now, and General Foods or whatever it is, which is insane, crazy shit. But whatever. The important part is, my friend said to me, this thing is true about this guy. And this thing is, more importantly, this thing is true about cornflakes. The most innocuous, simple, stupid thing, right? Corn fucking flakes. But he says cornflakes come from somebody trying to instill their version of reality on your version of reality. Cornflakes come from somebody trying to manipulate you, trying to get you to stop masturbating by making cornflakes. And we all have a good laugh because it's such a silly idea. But it is the kind of silly idea that some religious nut might come up with, and so your brain puts all these structures in order that say, if that is true, then all of these things are true about the world. And the man who made Kellogg's Cornflakes believed this, and the company is founded on those principles. And cornflakes, every time I see them, I'm going to have this reminiscence or this thought about this thing that's related to them, and maybe I want to keep masturbating, and so I don't want cornflakes anymore because they're boring, and I already knew that they were boring, but maybe I don't like cornflakes. Makes me wonder who propagated that rumor, because the great thing is that you find that as a meme on like Tumblr or Twitter or Instagram, or somebody shares it with you, because that's the more interesting thing. I watched in real time a person that I trust who believed fully what they were saying with no malice in their mind, honestly look me in the eye and say, I think this thing is true because I read it, and I had to look at him and say, I don't think that thing is true. Let's go check for real. And so I Googled and looked through the whole thing about the whole guy, and we went through the whole thing, and we snopesed it, and we looked through it. It's not true. But if you Google cornflakes masturbation, because that's what you're going to Google, cornflakes jerking off, right? Cornflakes masturbation. Then all that comes up is the meme, which confirms that it's the truth, right? That confirms the lie, because Google finds you the thing that you're looking for, which is the article that contains the lie, or the information that contains the lie, the photo that contains the lie, because you searched for the lie. But how else would you find anything else? You have to scroll down from there to get to the Snopes, which shows up, which is a wonderful fucking service, showing up to show you that that thing isn't true. But that's a crucial and important thing, right? There's something wrong in the cultural beat. We're all dancing around this fire, trying to stay warm and trying to stay alive and trying to do the thing that we need to do to be people, because we want to be people. And when you've got that sticking point in yourself that feels like you're not a person, but you should be, there's something wrong with the way things are working. You look and you listen to the beat. Okay, what does the culture say that I should do? What does my family say that I should do? What do my structures say that I should do? What should I do? What should I fucking do? What do the people that I trust think that I should do? Is the best thing that you've got, because nobody actually knows what's going on. Everybody only knows as best as they can know, and everybody is looking around to see what everybody else is doing. The collective process of us all looking around to see what everybody else is doing is the process that moves us forward as a species and creates our collective culture. So my ability to share my interpretation of current experiences with you, to be one of the people who isn't just like frozen scared while the beat is dropped, but one of the people who's looking around at other people, making faces at them like, hey, do you know what's up? Hey, do you know what's up? Hey, I don't know what's up. Do you know what's up? Hey, what's going on? That's going on over there? Oh, is everything good with the drummers? Everything is good with the drummers? Things are good with the drummers? All right, is everything good with the wind instruments, the flute people? We're all good? Checking. And because you're watching my face, you're watching me, you're seeing me do this, and so you're learning what goes wrong and how to fix it. Right? Because every person is programmed to be able to do all of these things. I'm not special, okay? Every person is programmed to be able to do all of these things, to both learn and observe, and to be and to fix things, and to watch somebody else fix things, and to watch somebody else understand the world, and to watch somebody else figure out what's going on when the beat isn't going on, and to look around yourself when you don't know what's going on when the beat is going on. But there's a courageous thing that you can do, which is to look around at the other people and go, I know what's going on when the beat isn't going on. And I can't do that because I don't know what's going on. Shit's crazy, but I've got something of a level head on my shoulders, and I can convince you of that via my mannerisms and via my actions and via the fact that everything else is all ordered, right? Like, if everything else is all ordered, then maybe you'll trust me. That would be cool, right? If we could trust each other, that would be awesome. And then maybe I can look around and say, I don't know what's going on, guys, but we can all go figure it out together. All of us come along, let's get a group together, we'll get whatever sticks we can, and we'll go see what happened to the drummers, okay? And that's what we're doing to our culture. Our culture is broken, our culture is weird, something's wrong in infinite ways, because everything's wrong always. Cultures decay, everything's wrong always, infinite things are always wrong, that's fine. So, let's iron some of it out by going and looking at some of it. And if we go and we look at some of it, we can understand it a little bit better, and we can all understand it better together because we're all looking at each other, figuring out what everybody else, to the best of our ability to express, with our incredibly complicated faces that express things, and our beautiful eyes that express things. We're all expressing to each other how we precisely feel about the thing that we're experiencing together, because we're all experiencing this thing together. We're all in this spaceship together, and we don't know what the fuck is going on, and we can't see outside of it, really. And we don't know what the universe outside the spaceship is, so all we can do is look at the other person who's in the spaceship and see from their reflection ourselves, see what's going on within our universe that we're in. And so the more back to the little tribe thing, we're dancing around the fire. I gotta take steps back because the brain doesn't work this way. We're dancing around the fire. Something goes wrong. The beat goes out. Some people freeze. Actually, everybody freezes. Everybody goes, what? Everybody freezes, and that's where we're at. Everybody currently is frozen, and some people are moving, and some people are freaking the fuck out, actually. That's the other thing that happens. When the beat stops, a bunch of people who have stopped dancing will just freak the fuck out. They'll like just have a seizure or like because they're the only thing keeping them going is the fact that they're in this lockstep of the cultural dance. So the dance is going. Imagine like the old lady who's dancing, right? She's been dancing for 95 years doing the dance, right? She's doing the dance of, oh yes, I go and I take care of my things, and I take care of my cat and my house and my space, and I make myself a part of a society that works, and I do the thing. I'm doing this dance my entire fucking life. And then the culture goes out, or something is wrong and something feels wrong with her. You know, she gets evicted. The thing that she's doing no longer works, right? The thing that she's done that is her dance forever no longer works for some reason. And so the beat stops, and she dies. Because the beat was the only thing that was keeping her going, was being in this swing, in this groove. And so she stops, and if you stop, you die. So we all have to dance, and if we stop, we die. And the culture is our dance together, and the beat has stopped. But there are a bunch of people who are freaking the fuck out because the beat has stopped, and you gotta not listen to any of them, and you don't want to be one of them. It's way better to be one of the people who's just frozen than to be somebody who's freaking the fuck out. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it's better to be chaotic and have a little bit of energy, and at least then maybe you'll get something done. Maybe you'll start your own beat, but that's the problem. The goal shouldn't be to everybody starts their own dance circles, because that's what would happen if there were still instruments out in the crowd. We just didn't have one collective beat. The winds would go over here, and the drummers would go over here, and some of the people who could hear the drums would dance to the drums. Some people who could hear the wind instruments would dance to the wind instruments, and we'd all have these like weird little structured, like tiny groups of dancers doing their own little dances, but none of it would feel like the big whole cosmic collective whole dance that is a part of it. So you've got to fix the whole of it. Right? You gotta look at the whole of it. It's all this collective of everyone doing their dance together, understanding how the culture works, and then how they should act in relation to how that culture works. And it feels groovy, man. It feels like your joints are in the right place. It feels like your spine is aligned. It feels like you can breathe. It feels like you can move. It feels like you can dance. It feels like you're part of the groove, baby. It feels like you're part of the magic, all right? So being a part of that magic is everything. You want to be dancing along with the collective dance, the groove, the imagination, the self, and then the collective. But it's more valuable to go I posit that it's more valuable to go and restore the current structure sometimes than it is to go and seek a completely new structure. Okay? Because, or at least on the very individual level, just a person, it's way better to align yourself with the words of somebody who's like 10 years older than you than it is to do them for your own reasons. Okay? It's way better to be aligned to some higher ideal than to yourself. And so if you can get some smidgen of a higher ideal from some mangaka who thought about what a story should be really, really hard and put a lot of thought into, and put all of the information from their own life into telling a story that they thought would be important, and then they wrote this story that they thought would be important, then they filled it with as much good stuff as they could because they needed it to sell. So you put as many things as you can think of, you put that are cool into the manga, right? You put as many, and you go, this is terrifying, but and you share it with the world and you try to get it published, which is fucked, but whatever. You did it. You got it published. And no, here's the thing. So this person put all their life experiences into it, and the publisher, who's been here 20 years longer than the guy who's writing the manga, goes, yeah, there's something here. Yeah, there's something right about this. And then the publisher goes, there's something right about this. We'll put money into it. The whole collective conscious structure will reorganize itself around this idea that you have. Hello, little synapse within the brain. You've had an interesting thought. Oh, I see. An interesting thought you've had. Cool. Let me judge whether this thought is worthy. Yes, this thought is worthy of our time and resources. We'll give it time and resources. Here you go. And the whole thing is going to explore this thought now. And so that idea, that manga that you drew, that story that you're going to tell, becomes something bigger than you. It becomes a bunch of investors, and they print it and they do it, and there are a bunch of editors and they're thinking about it. So it's not just one person's experiences, it's now a collective all shaping this thing, and they're like, what's right? What's the best thing to put into this thing? How should this actually be? What should it be like? And there's a danger to that, which is that collectives create things that are very bland because they're just what everybody wants. So you need some degree of creative freedom or some degree of a structure. Whatever structure is examining the thing and creating the thing needs to be built so that the individual creativity of the fractal pieces of humans within it are capable of expressing themselves and actually creating something of value. So that's important. Right. Fuck, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. All dancing in unison. The editors, and so it's this big collective that hopefully, if it's well aligned, will be doing right. So if it gets published by the best shonen magazine, that's probably doing something right with shonen. And if it gets published by the best seinen magazine, then it's probably doing something right with seinen, right? So there's this filter because there are like 1,000 other mangas that never got in there, and there are a billion other mangas that the guy wasn't strong enough of character to actually take the hard time to learn how to draw, or just didn't have the skills, couldn't express his truth that way. or her truth that way. Couldn't express it that way. Had to express it some other way. Maybe died trying to express it some other way. Died trying to be a failed guitarist. Great. Or succeeded as a guitarist, but they failed as a mangaka. I don't care. It doesn't matter. What matters is they tried to express their truth, yada yada. What also matters is theirs didn't get into the publishing, right? And so that means that the publishing systems, we have to trust them. They can't be corrupt. So Shonen Jump can't be corrupt. If Shonen Jump publishes things that they think they have to publish for some reason because they feel like they need to be published because people want them for some reason, but they go against the principles of like the corporation, or they go against the like fundamental principles of the system, then they would be corrupt. And they might be. I don't know that well. They might be a totally corrupt publishing system. I don't know. I know that the actual like Western anime publishing system, deeply corrupt. Funimation is totally corrupted. They don't care what they're publishing. Well, they do care what they're publishing, but their ideals are misaligned from culture. So there's some wrongness there. There's some immense amount of rightness too, but there's some wrongness there. And the goal is to go and find some of the wrongness and maybe talk about it and iron it out and think it through. And for one little collective that's doing its own little dance in unison, try and become a part of the big dancing collective whole that works. Let's get a bunch of people all doing the same, like, we're all doing the same dance, okay? We're all doing the same dance. We're all doing the same thing. We think the same way. I know that's groupthink crazy shit, but it's right. It's how we work. We're cultures. We're tribes. We're identities. Let's get all doing the same shit, doing the same dance, going the same direction. That direction has to be up. That direction has to be up because the only other direction is down. And if we all turn our attention toward down, we're all going to feel like shit. So let's turn our attention toward up. Great. Then if we can turn our attention toward something transcendent beyond us, then we can go and examine, we can look around us at anybody else who's dancing, and we can be like, what the fuck is their dance about? And should I incorporate any of those moves into my dance? Because that's what we do when we're dancing with somebody. You ever dance with somebody who you find like hot, right? You're doing like a move, right? And they're doing like another move, right? They're doing like another thing. And so you're doing this thing, and they're doing this thing. And then maybe they shift from this thing to like this thing, right? And then you shift from like this thing to like this thing. And you're seeing whether what you've got going on, could that work with what I've got going on? Is your dance worth doing at any point? Do you have anything that I could use? Do you have anything of value for me? Do you have a thread that I could pull on and just get a handle on? I would love to like understand someone else's perspective, right? That's what we're here for. You and me, we're sharing that, and then we can go and we can view the most powerful works of media that have been filtered through all of the filters because they matter, and then they've sold a bunch of shit because they matter, and they've sold more shit because people had an emotional response to them, right? So they had a true emotional response to them. So if Naruto, do you know how many millions of people, like, you see a Naruto headband, you have an emotional response to that? Or you see a shirt with a certain design on it, and you have a fucking response to that? How about this? You see a buff dude wearing an orange shirt. When I see that, I go into gyms and I see that all the time. That's a dude who's like, Goku's the fucking coolest dude in the entire universe. I want to be like him. And he changed his life around it, right? That's why he wears it as a symbol on him. Because he's going, I'm dancing this way. I'm dancing like Goku. I'm fucking raving like Goku over here, which is a rad idea. Dancing like Goku. I'm over here dancing like Goku. This is what I've got going on. I want to share that with the world because that's what I got going on. I'm confident in this dance. This is good shit, right? So his life was changed by a piece of media, by Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, dumb, weird media that doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense on the face of it. Two guys screaming at each other for eternity, like what? But there is something about it, the powering up, the reaching something beyond yourself. The idea of Super Saiyan is so big that people who have never heard of Dragon Ball Z know what a Super Saiyan is. Do you know what I mean? It's true. It's way beyond the culture. Like, people who will be like, ew, anime? I don't watch anime. They'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan on these fucking deadlifts over here. Right? Fully. Okay? Why do they know that? Because it means something. It means to go, this is to go even further beyond, right? It means something to everybody because it's a thing, and so it's this collective thing, and there's something about the thing that means something. means something. And there's something really compelling about, muscular men screaming at each other so hard that laser beams shoot out of their hands. because we don't have any other way of imagining things being stronger. Like, that's right. Piccolo comes with his one idea, and we get this other idea. Okay, great. So all of these cultural things are all part of the manifestation of the whole, and by examining good things that are elements of great culture or good cultural significance, we can determine some of the elements that are wrong with the whole, and by moving through that, we can move forward with our existence and create a better collective where everyone can feel like they live. But more importantly, we can create better individuals, because those individuals feel like they have a better grounding of how to understand the universe in terms of in conceptual terms, because they're talking to each other. So the best thing that we can do as individuals is to talk to each other, right? And the best thing we can do is to talk to each other about what's important. And these are the most important artifacts that we've ever had, are pieces of media, and we get to talk about them. We get to determine what's important about them and why it's important. And if we can do that properly, if we can do it effectively, if we can do it by structures that make sense, by rules that matter, if we can be correct in our way of doing it, we can all grow and we can move the culture forward together. Sick. Let's fucking do it. This is going to be impossible, but I'm moving toward Kill la Kill. I'm going to do this. You might like the other way, but I don't. And I don't actually think that you would have liked that. In fact, I'm pretty sure that just removing that as any level of distraction from your visual existence is probably really nice. Like, it probably felt really good when I put that screen over there, because you just like, oh, I don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna cover over all of it. Or actually, fuck it. Why should my space in a video be clean? My space in a video should be clean, like super free of distraction, because that's my goal. My goal is to come at videos without prior bias, only bringing myself to the table, right? Not all this No, but we don't come at things with prior bias. We're not empty. We come at things with a collection of the things that we care about. So some of those should be visually within my frame. The T, in particular. That's a huge revelation. The T needs to be in my videos because I'm fucking Teeaboo, bitch. That kettle has to be there. The T has to be there. Okay. That's huge. These are just distractions, though. These foreground objects. If I change the way visually that my video looks, and it looks like I have more status, and I know what's going on, you'll pay more attention to me. I'm gonna consciously, ethically manipulate you. Hi, I'm manipulating you. It's my goal. My goal is to manipulate you. I want you to like me, and also I'd really like it if we could all dance together, and we could have a good culture, and we could get along. And if we could get along in the comments and get along as friends and people and stuff, that would be super sick. And if you could learn to be people who get along well with the rest of your culture and with your families and your people and stuff, that would be super sick. And if we could all move through the universe getting better together, that would be really cool. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, so I'm going to manipulate you toward that end, and it's worthwhile. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. I've realized all these things because I was trip sitting for them. So I just experienced in hard truth the difficulties and the beauty of carefully opening someone's eyes to a greater world by allowing two of my friends to experience psychedelia with me and guiding them through their first trip. Not their first ever, but in many ways. Because every trip is your first trip. It's the same. It's like, yeah. Until you feel comfortable. Like, I feel comfortable in this space, but that's because I'm careful. It's because I know what I'm doing, too. It's because I've explored this space, right? But that process of figuring out what's out there, being really good, like getting it done, dealing with the problems of it, coming back and explaining it to people, that's the whole process. And it's manipulative. So I'm going to manipulate you. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. It's the whole goal. You need somebody to, let me get this. This is going to drain your fucking consciousness, isn't it? These things are fucking taking a drag on your ability to pay attention to me. You're wondering what the fuck is going on over there. And you're wondering, like, what the fuck is up with that? Yeah, well, maybe just the... teapot. Kettle. Boom. Boom. We organize in unity together as one. The pot and the kettle, Smash Bros. Doesn't have a place inside of this ecosystem. Neither do any extraneous cords or cables. Fractals and angles of desks give us an alignment. This is our horizon line because we're looking toward a thing together past this perspective. This structure back here of black and white is bad. Thinking about that, like how much the culture rewards you for marching along with the beat, making a thing a little bit better. Doing this has thrown me into chaos, right? This big change has thrown everything else into chaos because I just threw a bunch of stuff on the floor. I gotta fix that too. Well, I just realized that I need more space and I need a bookshelf and I need to be organized. I don't know how to organize. I don't know how to do it. This is an overwhelming task. Okay. Good to know. Good to know, good to know, good to know. Because that is something. Yeah. No, it overwhelms me. That's something to know about myself. I am overwhelmed by chaos, by disorganization. I don't actually know how to put things back or organize things. Or, more importantly, I don't feel capable of organizing things. And so that's my struggle. I must organize things. That's the most painful thing that I know in my life right now. The most painful thing I know is I must organize. The earlier most painful thing was earlier today. The most painful thing in my life was that I hadn't figured out my sexuality at all. Or at least hadn't figured it out because it's always changing, right? What your sexuality is and how it works is always shifting. It's the most sensitive part of you to some extent. But I didn't have it settled. I hadn't made a decision about it, or figured a thing out, or had a thing click into place. It's not a decision. It's an understanding. It's a decision about labeling. Why does labeling matter? Labeling matters because you need to understand the thing. Once you can understand the thing, you can organize the thing. You can put it away, you can put it in its place, and you know what it is, and it's got a label on it, and it's fine, and it's good, and you're done. And then you don't have to think about it anymore, and it's just part of the DNA structure of your existence. Okay, great. And you don't have to fuck with it. It just is what it is, and it does what it should do. Yeah, that's so important. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Oh. Earlier, sexuality. Okay. Exploring or explaining it. You have to put the thing into its place. You have to put a label on it. So it's not that I'm not deciding my sexuality. My sexuality exists. I'm attempting to experience and understand it. Okay. There's a guy that I know. There's unspoken tension in the air there. There's something more than friendship. And I realized during this trip that it's preventing us from actually being friends. And so I told him, I love you. You're probably my best friend. I don't want to fuck you. And he went, oh, okay, yeah, what? I don't know, what? And he stopped and he said, just if it matters, I didn't want to fuck you either. Okay. Good. If I was wrong about all my presuppositions, then that's fine. If I thought there was something wrong, and this bad communication accomplishes getting it out, then that's fine. But I realized that I don't think I want to sleep with another man. For me. I think I realized it. And that all those complicated feelings that I have about this other person are brotherhood and friendship. And aren't that complicated. Well, they're immensely complicated, but they're not those complicated feelings. They're the other complicated feelings. Or one of the other bajillion ones. Okay, great, amazing. All day. Not all day. Okay, so here's what happened. Here's what happened when I went in for the psychedelic today. I came up in the shower. I did my set and setting, and I came up in the shower. So I'm feeling alive and rejuvenated, and I'm scrubbing out my body, and I'm feeling good. So I'm already in this mode of like, find the things that are wrong, the things that are dirty, and correct them, clean them, right? Simple, general mode. Showering is the best part of the thing. You're already in this mode of being, if you can get yourself to come up on a psychedelic while you're doing the process of showering, doing the dance that is the shower, dance that is clean myself, then you go into like self-regulatory mode throughout the trip, and the whole trip is like, okay, what can we accomplish here? It's great. It's also part of why I think showering in the morning is really important. It's not just to wake up or to be clean. It's that the process of taking stock of yourself and accomplishing cleaning off the dirt of your being is important, you know, because it's important. It's like dreaming is part of the process too. It's maintenance. Okay. But I came up in the shower and it was awesome. I went outside and I was hanging out, and immediately after coming out of the shower, I became aware of some musculature that isn't working right. When I went to like scrub my back, my shoulder didn't quite work right. There's something sticking there. There's something wrong in my like lower back that I feel when I breathe in really far. And when you're on the psychedelic, sometimes you can feel all of these things a little bit, and so you start like, okay, how do I do this? And so I'm like foam rolling and doing trigger point therapy and like stretching and massaging those things out and fixing them and accomplishing the accomplished task. And every time you do, you like push on the muscle, and it hurts the most, and you find the place that it hurts the most, and you put the most pressure on it, as much as you can bear, and then more than you think you can bear, and you put more than you can think you can bear, and then it goes pop, and it goes away. And you're like, wait, where was it? What was it even then? What was the thing that was the thing? Why was I even feeling this way? Well, you were feeling that way for a reason. Because there was something that needed to be done. And then there's this rush immediately after massaging out the muscle. There's this rush. Immediately your body goes, I want to use it, and like does the thing that you need to be doing with it, figures out its full extension. It's like, it's how far can I go? How far can I dance? What are my boundaries? What are my limits? What are my limitations? It all goes online, right? And then there's this rush of chemical euphoria that comes from that. That's like, good job, because the brain systems and the whole human body system goes, good job, you solved a problem with your musculature today. That's really important, child. You should be doing this more. Good job. Because you're just like a baby in the midst of this ecosystem of thoughts and sensations that's coming at you, and it's hard to make you do hard things. So your brain encourages you to move towards certain kinds of pain, like that kind of pain, like, ooh, that muscle pain, I gotta rub that out, because that's actually the solution for it. So your brain encourages you to seek out the pain, the thing that's wrong, in order to fix it. And where the place where you fix it is where it hurts the most. It's the place you do not want to look. It's the worst place to be, is where you have to go, to the place that's hell. You have to go to hell to save yourself from hell, because the real hell, is having your shoulder stick all the time and having your back not work. That's the real hell, because it's everything, every time, all the time. And it's entropy. It's you giving up. It's your body giving in. And you've got to fight against it. You can fight against your body giving in. Okay, you want to dance? Motherfucker, let's dance. You got to dance, and you got to practice. Okay, great. So your brain knows this, and your body knows this better than you do. And so it encourages you, when you do it, it encourages you to keep doing it, because it knows what it's supposed to be doing. So if you go for a run, you come back, you're like, ow, you're of two minds about the thing. Your self, your idealized self wants to be on the couch, rest, sleep. And the reason is because that's a part of your evolutionary perspective, right? Oh, you better fucking rest because you just ran for a day. Probably you're going to have to run again tomorrow. We got to recover. We got to do the recovery. So you want to be as lazy as you can. But then your body's also like, that felt good. Because it knows that if you just stay and recover all the time, you'll die too. So it's like both. You gotta have both. Yeah, so I was in this mode of fixing things, and so you're encouraged to figure out and find pain and seek it out, and from the pain you grow. From seeking out the point of greatest suffering, the point of most difficulty, you become greater, you become better, you become more, and literally more able. You're more than you were. If you fix a thing in your shoulder that was keeping you from moving your shoulder like this, and you can now move your shoulder like this, you are more than you were. You're capable of moving further. You're capable of doing more. You're capable of reaching behind you, which is quite nice, actually. It's quite nice to be able to do all of the things that you're meant to be able to do, at least. And then you can start seeing about all the things that you're not meant to be able to do, because that's what humans are good at. They're like, okay, so if you can figure out how to climb trees and run and be capable of hunting down food and like carry heavy things and think difficult thoughts and go for swims and experience the sunlight and experience the darkness and navigate on difficult terrain and all these things, if you can accomplish all of those things, like that's a good wait, where was I going? You're fixing all of these things, your body knows about fixing them, you want to accomplish all of them. Everything works in unison when you do. When everything's working in unison, everything works in unison. But okay, so when something's wrong, that's the hell would be the sticking thing. Okay, when something's wrong, you send off a subroutine to figure it out, and that subroutine starts running, and it's like, okay, so the problem is, something's going wrong with my mom. My mom is dying. Okay, this isn't true in reality. Think about it though. Something's going on with your mom. Your mother is dying. But you have to go to work every day. Because otherwise you'll fall out of the dance so far that you'll die. Because your subroutine takes it. Okay, so your mom is dying. You have to dance. You have to go to work every day. You're still existing. You can't stop existing because of this problem that exists. You can't stop existing. So you spawn off a subroutine that starts thinking about that thing and dedicating, because you proffer to the great wisdom of your self, of your unconscious mind. You proffer to it and you ask it for help with this thing. I wish I knew how to help with that. And you ask the unconscious, the unknown, and it spawns. So your brain computer spawns off a subroutine that thinks about it just a little bit in the background. Okay, so you got one of those spawned off. Imagine you probably get like 15 new subroutines every day that you're worried about, and if you never kill the process, they start taking up 0.01% of your CPU. How long does it take for them to become overwhelming? It's fast. It's fast. Those become overwhelming really fast. One process running about one thing that you're worried about because you can't fix it. Okay, so something goes wrong and you spawn the subroutine. And sometimes the subroutine works, right? But when it works, it churns. It goes... It goes... And it will spike your CPU usage to like 100% on that process. And then you have to make a decision. Windows will come up to you and it'll ask you to make the decision. This thing is not responding. Subroutine not working. But the thing is, you're in, if it's doing the right thing, if it's rendering a video, right? If it's in transcendence, you want it to keep going. Because there are moments in programs where you move a thing to another thing, like a complicated video editing program, and it's just churn. The CPU goes, I can't go fast enough to make this happen. Most often it's storage now. Like if you have hard disk storage, that's the slowdown point. You know, you'll move something here and you're like, is this an important process? Fuck. And it's stuck. It's stuck. It doesn't dance along with the dance. But it matters because it has to fix itself. It's a self-fixing, self-articulating subroutine to fix the problem of your mother dying. So if it hits an impossibility and then it churns, it will let you know and you have to look at it. But you have to go through it, and the worst thing is you might have to look at it, and when you look at it, you might face the possibility that your mother has died. that the thing you don't want to happen has happened. That the worst possibility is the possibility. You have to face the worst outcome. And so it's scary to look at the thing even. I don't know, there's something there. I'm not quite on the thread there. Not quite on it. Okay. But you spawn a subroutine, and those subroutines take up space in your brain, and the process of figuring out where they are and what they are takes time and energy. And going and actually investigating them individually is painful. It hurts, just like foam rolling. You find a spot in your muscle that is sticking. You put pressure on it. It hurts, and then it releases, and you can move better. You have to do the same thing with your mind and your consciousness because you've got all these subroutines that are working and they're churning. And they're taking up space, and when they get up to that like high churn, it's because you've come to a point of decision. You have to do this thing, and otherwise you can't do anything else. Otherwise, the whole computer will shut down. You have to do something. Do something. Do we just reset? Do we just run away? Do we just do something? What do we do? Right? You have to do something. You get to churn, and I came to churn about this thing immediately because I was coming through this process of this realization of like, oh, I guided these human beings through this trip. Our relationship is right. I feel like brothers with these people, and it was like, bam, brothers. I don't feel like a brother with him. I don't feel like a brother with him because I feel like he wants to have sex with me. I need to let him know that's not going to happen. So, and that's an uncomfortable realization and then imagine the talk about it becomes an uncomfortable talk. How do you put together all of the things and talk about them? Because I love the guy. He's my friend. Like, really my friend. How do I not destroy him? Well, you try your best. So I told him what I needed to tell him. One line. It was the most climax of terror. Very anxious, very difficult social moment. Honestly, barely navigated it while it was happening. And then it was over. And it was like, oh wait, what was I anxious about? And I watched this happen, and a few moments later, I did the like, and the systems kind of go like, ooh, okay, we did a thing, oh, and things are happening, and so I relaxed after a second. I got to look at it and go, whoa! I just foam rolled out a knot in my life. I was unable to continue with my existence as an awake person. With this thing being wrong. I needed to fix it, and so I had to text the guy and be like, come outside. And during the 30 minutes that it took for him to come outside, I was fucking anxious. I had to do it. And then I did it, and it was really difficult in the moment. It was like, ow! Oh, everything feels pretty good now. Okay, great. We're moving on. It worked. And so here's the thing. All I could do was do my best. I can't change his interpretation of the thing. I think he might have misinterpreted it in 20 dozen different ways, and that's totally okay. Sorry. Something that complicated or hard can't be expressed in 20 million different ways. It has to be expressed in one. And that's like a yes or a no, right? And that's what men and women do to each other. You look at them, they look at you, they see how you're dancing, they see whether you're in line with yourself. What do you got going on? And they go yes or they go no. Right? And you do it to every single person you walk past on the street. Do they have their shit together? Are they gonna murder me? That's the lowest level, right? Look at person on the street. Are they a threat? Are they unhinged? Do they have teeth hanging out? Are they drooling? Unkempt, unclean, not wearing clean clothes, not a part of society, uncombed hair, carrying beer bottle. I should stay the fuck away from that person. Okay, so but at a lower level, or at a bigger level, you see them across the bar, they see you. Are you an emblem of what they want from their world? Are they an emblem of what you want? Can your two dances dance together? Can you move in unison with that woman? Or with that man? You probably not, actually. Probably not. It's too complicated. And we're too different and too weird. So probably not that one. But you can probably find one out there who might be able to do the dance with you a little bit. Oh, alright, so I'm moving toward this, like, personal growth through the seeking of the divine feminine thing. That's my trip. Sorry. I gotta make it more about the whole world, you know? More inclusive. But that's the thing, right? With all things like this, you have to fix yourself. Come correct or get corrected. The beat goes on and on and on and on, with or without you. You're a part of this dancing. You're part of this thing, this great collective groove. This thing that's transcendent beyond you. And you gotta be more a part of it? Like, I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh, no. You gotta fix yourself to fix the outside. And you gotta fix the things that are wrong in your life to start fixing the things that are wrong in other people's lives. But by doing it all together, we all reflect together, and we all come to a better understanding of what we should all be aimed toward and marching toward in our dance. What do we dance around? What is worth putting at the center of our dance? Because what we put at the center of our dance and what we idolize, what we worship, is the determiner of what kind of dance we do. We do one kind of dance when we're worshiping the water. We do one kind of dance when we're worshiping the fire. We do one kind of dance when we're worshiping the stone. We do one kind of, and we do one kind of dance when we're worshiping the cat as the hunter. And we do one kind of dance when we're worshiping the bear as the hunter. Right? So what do you put in the center? What is the highest ideal? What do we all dance around? What do we all dance around? You're looking at it. You're looking at it. It's framed in the frame that you're looking at. It's you. It's the reflection of you in your screen. It's you seeing yourself in the screen, and then it's me on the screen talking to you, being another version of you who's not you, because we are the same, but we are different. We are human. You are me, and I am you. It will always be thus. Sorry, I realize that I'm not quite looking at the exact focal point of the camera. It's probably really important, isn't it? How do I manipulate that to work better? I need to be able to do that more frequently. Hi. Hello. Does this trick you enough? Is this close enough to me looking you in the eye that it feels like I'm looking you in the eye? This is me actually looking directly at the lens of the camera centered. This is me looking at myself. So I'm always recording to a mirror, is me. But I'm sorry. This is the thing that we should be centered around, is a human who does their best to be as close as they can to the ideal, looking at the works of art that we center around. The best thing that we can do is to look at the other person who's next to us as they evaluate the thing that's in the center of all the dancing circles, so that we can determine which dancing circle is worth dancing around. So the highest ideal, the thing at the center of all dancing circles, is the person who knows what is at the center of all dancing circles. And the best thing that I can do is try to be as close to that person as possible and express that to you. And that will create as much density of reflected like information and as many layers of content as we can create, to create as fine a filter as we can for the information that you get, so that we create something interesting and you like what we create out of it. You enjoy what we process because you enjoy foraging for information. And what's better than foraging is having your family come home and give you a bunch, or somebody in your tribe come home and give you a bunch of information. Right? Imagine berries. You gotta go and forage for berries all day. What's better than berries? Somebody that you like. I hope you like me. I'm sorry. I really hope you like me. But that's part of the process, right? We have to hope that we like each other. Somebody that you like comes home and gives you a bunch of berries, and they're like, I found a bunch of berries. The more important thing is not the berries. It's, oh, where'd you find a bunch of berries? Oh, they're over the hill. There's a whole area where there's nothing but berries over that mountain over there. Oh, that's good to know. Your tribe lives forever because of the berry patches across the mountain, right? You guys all survive, and that's the birthplace of your culture, right? And so your culture is founded on the idea that not being the forager is good. Being the one who waits and sees what somebody else comes back with, and then goes and stakes their claim on the most berry infested territory in 100 miles. That's the best thing to do. And every layer of culture is doing this, right? So you're waiting for the filter of information. You want to get from responsible, trustworthy sources, and they should have the responsibility to be responsible and trustworthy and honest about their interpretations of whatever they're doing and whatever information they share to you. And if they can do it right, and they're aligned with their principles and everything is working properly, then that will go well. And they can create good change. Now, this can be corrupted. You can create wrong change, right? You can self-organize around Belle Delphine. Much shade. You can self-organize around Belle Delphine, and that'll create a bunch of change in the world too, and probably not good change. I don't know. Maybe. No. So it's my duty as a creator to be as honest and as good as possible, but it's also my duty to remove as many distractions as possible and to deliver to you the best berries that I can fucking find. Because the other thing that's useful is having people who are good at going out and finding where the berries are, so they can come back and be like, yo, berries this way, y'all. That way. Over there. And that's my whole point. The whole point of the way that I've framed this whole video is so that I'm pointing toward this. I want to be pointed toward you so that we're having this conversation, but I'm pointed toward this. I'm pointed toward this, okay? And this mimics us sitting at like near 90 to each other. So we're sitting like, I gotta iron this one out. So this is a tension. I must get this thought out. It's important. So if I'm sitting here, so if I'm oh God, these are awful. Great. See, it's my duty to express this as clearly as I can to you. Great. Here we go. 2 chairs. To have an effective conversation about something, you want to organize yourself like this, so that you're sitting this way, facing that way, and then the person that you're with is sitting this way, facing that way, right? And you're both kind of facing toward one thing together. We're both looking at the same thing together, like the screen up there. We're both looking at the same thing together, but we're also kind of looking at each other, and we can turn our attention from like each other, look at each other, see what we're thinking, turn attention to the screen, see what's going on there. And we do it at the same time, right? So you get to follow my eye line to the screen, you get to follow my eye line back to you. My attention is either on you or on the screen, and if something else goes wrong, I let you know what happened, right? Huh? And I look away. If I look away over here for a second, I gotta be like, oh, a car drove by, like something happened. Great, and that's an interruption, but don't worry about it. Our attention is on the thing that our attention is on. This is the thing that we care about. We're looking at it together. We're here together. We're talking to each other because we care about each other. We're not ignoring each other. We're looking at each other, and we're looking at this. We're looking at this thing that we care about. And that's my goal, is to look at this thing that we care about with you. And then we'll both understand ourselves and it and the universe and everything better, because that's the way that it all works. Oh, fuck, so much information. Shit dick titty muffins. Muffins full of titties. What are you gonna do about it? I don't know. I don't know what you do about Tittymuffins. My brain just came up with them. They don't exist. So we start Kill la Kill an hour later, or 2 hours later, or 4 hours later. How long have I been recording? An hour 32. That's about right. Necesito agua. Fucking hell. That was the craziest shit I've ever experienced. So I just walked past it. There's a child. I know it's not a responsible thing, but I'm in a great state, so I'm better for that child than anybody else around him right now. So it's in this particular fractional moment, he's got a family around him who are watching him, being careful. Things are working. Things are like self-organizing properly. It's like I've fixed something in our like ecosystem of this household that's huge. It's gonna make an immense difference over the next few days. Oh. Days, months, years, this is going to be big. I walk past this child and he's going, I made it cry. He's got this big Hot Wheels thing that's like a big racetrack. You have to set it all up, and you ratchet a big thing, and a big dinosaur goes up to the top, and you get it all set up, and then you get to watch as it goes down, and the cars run around, and it goes wow, 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 and it tries to like eat the cars as they go by, and it's like fucking crazy cool. And I hear the kids going rawr, yar, rawr at his toys. Okay, so I went rawr, yar, rawr back. Like, you know, I'm walking by to get water. I'm on a task. Kid goes yar, rawr, rawr. I'm part of the culture. I go rawr. It was just kind of like, okay, kid, are you just having fun, or is something you need to work out here? You figuring something out? What's going on? And he comes up he goes, I made the dinosaur cry. I hurt the dinosaur, and the dinosaur crying. I hit the dinosaur with the car, and now the dinosaur's crying. And my mind's just like, so you learn to embody the dinosaur and like become. And his father went, why do you play so rough with the dinosaur? Why do you play so rough with the dinosaur? And my mind went, the dinosaur is an embodiment of the dragon. It's an embodiment of roughness. It's an embodiment of evil and an embodiment of the monster. You have to be a little bit like it. So you have to dance like a dragon a little bit. Rah! That's going Super Saiyan, right? Super Saiyan is dancing like the dragon. Rah! Dancing like a dragon, breathing fire. Rah! Okay. You have to be like it in order to kill it, right? So the kid, when he sees the dragon, he acts like the dragon because he's trying to figure it out, right? Or in this case, it's the big T-Rex that goes chomp, 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 and it's made of plastic. But he loves dinosaurs. Why do all young boys love dinosaurs? Because they're fucking scary and cool, so you can learn stuff from them. And they're scary. They're like the thing that you should definitely know about in the forest, right? When you're young, they're like the first thing that you should know about is like, you should know about snakes, and you should know about fucking dinosaurs, and you should know about crocodiles, and you should know about all these snake things that are going to kill you. Otherwise they'll kill you because you're a baby. Okay, great. So kids love dinosaurs because they can find out a lot about the world by finding out about dinosaurs. They're important. Okay. But he also is loving the dinosaur because the dinosaur is anger and violence. This is a kid who recently started hitting in daycare. Started like hitting other kids. He's figuring out his body. He's figuring out the rules. He's figuring out the dance of being part of a dancing society. We're all dancing. The society is dancing. The kid is figuring out how to dance. And he's figuring out how to be angry now. Because anger sucks. It's a tough one, but you need it. You need to be angry. I was thinking about this earlier too. Why do you love metal music? Why does listening to something angry feeling, music that has an angry feel to it, because music has emotion. Okay, great. Music has emotion. We can just put that precept out there. Trust me on this one. Music has emotion. Boom. You know it's true anyway, so we don't have to worry about it. What does that do? So if you put anger at the center of your dance, you dance to anger and you're rah, 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 rah. Then you experience being angry, but then you come back out of it. You come back out of being angry because you were just dancing to a song. Come back out of being angry. And now you've explored the territory of being angry a little bit. And so the next time when you're actually angry, or more importantly, you've explored the territory of being alert, afraid, jolted, something. So the next time something sudden, interruption, conflict, violence, a monster, dragon, snake happens, the next time that it happens, you've explored that territory a little bit, and so you know what to do a little bit better than you did before. That's why you dance to angry music, is so that you understand anger better. And that's why you dance like, oh, sad when it's sad. Or when you're listening to music that makes you feel romantic, even if there's nobody there, you'll dance as though there were somebody there. As though, because you're not doing just a dance, you're doing the dance of being with another person. We are dancing together, and you can't do that dance without another person. It feels empty and wrong. You're doing that dance. Okay, great. So that's what you're doing when you're exploring anger. You're feeling that feeling. The child is exploring anger through this dinosaur. He's exploring violence and evil and murder and death through the lens of a child, obviously. But he is exploring those things. And so he banged on the T-Rex. It's just a plastic T-Rex, right? It's just plastic head. He banged on it with a car, and he comes and he says, I heard it, and now it's crying. I acted like the dinosaur, and now it's crying. The dinosaur's not crying. The dinosaur's plastic. The child is realizing that hurting something is doing the violence causes that other thing that I've been before. When you're a violent person, when you're an angry person, you can't imagine being a scared, confused, helpless person. When you're an angry person, you can't imagine being scared, confused, and helpless. But if you can explore the violent territory a little bit, the angry rah 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 dance a little bit, then you can look up from the dance every now and then, because you know what you're doing, right? You can look away every now and then. You can explore, and you can check the dances around you and check what's going on around you and see whether you should still be in this angry dance. Because maybe you shouldn't. Maybe the person that you're with isn't dancing the angry dance. Because you might be in the mode where you and me were fighting, and we're going to murder each other. We're going to kill each other. We're in the angry dance. I'm going to fucking kill you. And we'll circle around each other, and we'll get a little bit closer, and we'll posture up, and we'll test. We'll do the angry dance. But what if I start winning the angry dance? I'm pummeling your face. Okay, I'm pummeling your fucking face, and I'm all in the angry dance, and I can't realize that you're not in the angry dance anymore. You're in the fuck shit. Do I keep going with the angry dance? Well, when you're two, the answer is hell no. The answer is you never get that far. The answer is, if you do something and you recognize that it makes another person cry, maybe there's something wrong, not with that person, the reason that they're crying, but with what you did before. Maybe acting like the dinosaur makes the dinosaur cry, and you want the dinosaur to not cry because the dinosaur is your friend? In weird kid think? The dinosaur is his friend. It's a big toy that goes chomp, 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 and it eats his cars? Like, how does this work? I don't know how this works, but the dinosaur is his friend, and he doesn't want the dinosaur to cry. And so he's just realized that hurting the dinosaur, acting like the dinosaur to the dinosaur, makes the dinosaur cry. Acting like a bully to the bully makes the bully cry. Acting like a bully to anybody makes them cry. Even the worst person, the monster, is hurt by acting the way that the monster hurts. Even a liar hates a liar. Boom. From the mouths of babes, wisdom. Oh, glorious, glorious wisdom. What a beautiful fucking thing. Okay. I'm gonna stop recording and start recording. Okay, so I was showing my roommate how to use the blender. I never trusted him with it before because it's very scary and full of sharp things. And, I mean, very seriously, it's a ninja blender. It's, like, scary. This is gone. Fuck. Fuck this. I don't need this. I cannot be aligned while this is in my periphery. I cannot be aligned while this is in my periphery. Gotta cut it off at some point. Right now, I'm dumping out all of my e-liquid. I'm gonna dump it all out. Everything that has nicotine in it, I'm gonna pour it out. Every single bit. Oh my god, it hurts. I'm gonna pop open this bottle. This delicious lemon lime. I'm gonna drizzle, 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 drizzle. Man, it's like watching gold, fucking pouring gold away. It's like I'm pouring away, life water. I want it so much, I crave it so much. So, there's all of my nicotine. Every last bit. Feels good. Cold water. God, it hurts. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, but it feels good. It hurts. But it shouldn't, because this thing doesn't own me. I own me. I can do this, and I am free. There. Fuck, now I have to pick these up. So I come from that sort of family. That's the foundation. And then I have my identity as self. And viewing self as creator, observer, changer. And one unit dancing in unison around the fire. Dancing to the great cosmic collective dance. Boom, bam, boom. And we all dance together. And the dance goes on. Nicotine free, baby. The shit is out of my veins. Well, now it's out of my mouth at least. It'll take days for it to be out of my veins. That's where we'll see what I'm made of. That's where we'll see what I'm made of. Because if I can't do it, then I can't do it. No. I'm sorry. Because if I can't do it, then I'm a liar. And I've lied to myself, and I've lied to you, and I've lied about everything, so why would anything else ever that I said matter or work? If I lie about this. Or even if I just fail, like, then I'd be breaking my word, right? Because I'm making a promise, an oath, a vow. I want no nicotine in my body ever again. I want it more than my body wants it. All the things I've talked about before have to do with aligning my conscious being with the subconscious, with the way that things actually are. This is me changing the way things are, because the chemical structure of my body is nicotine-based. It requires it. And so I'm actively removing it. I'm choosing to, and I'm saying, no, we do not need more of this. Get it out of here. So I'm filling this thing up. 0 milligram juice. No more nicotine. And I have nowhere else to get it. I have no money for 7 days, so I can't buy any. My friends don't have any. Can't go anywhere. Can't get any. Okay. Okay. So I've set myself in order. The water bottle can be here because it's black. And it looks good, honestly. The reflection is fine. It echoes its surroundings. It echoes the being, the nature of things. We create space out here. We're here. We're in this known multi-layered thing. I only own this element of the space. This stuff is elsewhere. But we're all in this together. Everyone. So I'm gonna get a really nice one of these. It's the nicest one of those. Yes. Yes, I will do this for you. And for me. And for all of us. Yes. Yes, I am willing. Yes, I will do this. For you, and for me, and for all of us. Yes. And yes. Yes, I am worthy. Yes, I am worthy. I am worthy to carry the burden of leadership. I am worthy of showing the way. I am not perfect, but I'm as good as anyone else. I'm better than a lot. Follow me, baby. I'll follow people who are better than me. And if I judge them to be better than me, then they damn well better be worth following. So if you judge me to be better than you, then follow me. Wow. Yeah. If you judge me to be better than you, if you admire me, then follow me. And I will do what I can. I'll do my best. I swear it. I will always do my best. For this. For the exploration of understanding and knowledge. I will do my best. I can't think of a time recently when I haven't. It's the most important thing in the world to me, obviously. It is what I pursue continuously, regardless of everything else. This information gather, share, information gather, share, information gather, share. Information gather, share. What did I get from this? Can I impart it to you? What was this? Can I share it with you? And nested in stories are stories, so that's why tangents make sense. The power is the ability to come back and make the thought all come together. Rad. Rad. I'm so fucking cool. Humans are so fucking cool. I love this shit. I love this shit. Yes. This has been the best acid trip ever, actually. Also, like, revelatory in a totally way more important and interesting way than the previous one. Nothing on my back, man. Nothing on my back that I can't handle, that isn't scar tissue already, that I can't handle already. Came out of the shower. Foam roll. Did the hard thing. Had the conversation, which was like foam rolling, doing the hard thing. I would have spent the entire trip worrying about it if I hadn't done it. Where would I be right now if I hadn't done that thing? I couldn't have been. It couldn't be here. I had to do it. There was no other. It was the only honest way forward. Look at her dancing. Fuck. Alright, I just realized there's a woman in my life I have to go after. She's dancing to the fucking divine feminine over there, and I was like, well, what are you doing, girl? Hi. You got a lot going on. There's some layers to you. Woo! Oh, that's exciting. Delicious. It smells so good. My mouth is watering so much. Fuck. Thank you, culture, for this food I am about to consume. Thank you, culture, for putting me in a position where I'm capable of acquiring food. The structure is working. The structure is working because I can eat. I can eat, and therefore I'm doing something right. I can eat, and therefore I'm doing something right. I'm getting better at it. There we go. Dig in. Itadakimasu.
In 1933, the National Socialist German Workers' Party, aka the Nazis, came to power. Adolf Hitler was appointed chancellor, and soon after that, the democracy
Nobody cares.
for Germany became a fascist regime.
Nobody cares, but then something strikes. Oh. Nobody cares until fascism itself knocks down their door. That's what Gamagori is. Gamagori is fascism. Gamagori is an... No, sorry. Gamagori is an authoritarian state. That's more like it. Gamagori is an authoritarian state that follows a divine ideal that is Satsuki-Kyryuin, and nobody can understand what her ideal is. Nobody knows what she's got going on. Nobody knows what's really at the core of it, but everybody follows it, and it turns out that they're all right. Or that she's right at the core of it, right? She knows what she's doing. Follow the culture, follow the idea. Even though it's dumb and authoritarian and brutal and wrong, it works to the end. But its wrongness still makes it wrong. And so that's why Ryuko comes in. Ryuko comes in and she's fighting against that system. Right? She's like, this system is corrupt. I don't care what your ideal is. I don't care what you're doing this for. I don't care why you're doing it. The way you're doing it is wrong. It hurts people. It hurts me. So she fights and she destroys more stuff than she saves at first. Right? She destroys more stuff than she saves. Yep. And then the revelation that they should work together occurs. And in that revelation, they overcome mother and father and parent and thing. And they go in for what comes next. Which is, like, freedom and expansion into being and, like, transcendence and multiple variations of form and putting on the clothes that you wear that make you a part of something, right? Turning you into... The fact that the clothes that you wear that make you a part of something, like wearing a sailor uniform, wearing your uniform to school, that's the way actually to freedom. Because the uniform, you have to make it yours, but and you'll rebel and you'll fight against the system that tells you have to be in the uniform until you come back and realize that you need to be in the uniform all along. Okay. So we can keep going off of that. Great.
We're in the middle of a lesson here.
I'm on official business!
Yes, sir.
Everyone, even the rebel teacher who is a rebel, everyone bows to the great authority because it's got too much power. So the culture police is coming around being the police, right? It's too authoritarian. It's too big for the room. The culture is too tight. Too harsh. There's something wrong in the world, and that's this. Is the current situation. We're in a cyclic fascism loop where we're constantly learning about fascism and Nazism and authoritarianism while living in an authoritarian fascist society, you think. Because it is. Because all societies are authoritarian to some extent, and rules suck, and there are all these things going on. But Gamagori is the big boy out here. He's swinging his dick around, being too big for this room. Too big even for students to learn what they do need to learn. And he's interrupting the class. The class is happening, and they are learning something important. Whether they're paying attention to it or not, that's up to them. Can't help everybody. But he's interrupting the class actively. So he's actively interrupting the most important thing, which is people learning what to do about their society, which is corrupt. Okay.
I'm the disciplinary committee chair, Gamagori!
Yeah, even the motif of the big letters works really well. It's just like, this is the way it is. They're like stamps. This is authority. Authority is the way it is.
Students of Class K, it has come to our attention there is someone among you who intends to bring harm to Honnoji Academy. Step forward and accept your punishment!
So, the rebel. You know something's wrong, and you want to fight it, but you're an idiot and you don't know how, because it's way bigger than you. So you try, and you end up making a fool of yourself and losing everything. So you can't do that. Oh, and you're gonna cause a whole bunch of destruction, and it'll chase you the whole way. Visually an extraordinary scene. Don't get me wrong. This is like one of those CG hybrid sequences. To make this all work three-dimensionally is spectacular, actually. It's a work of incredible art. To get the emotion of running down this space to be cool enough for you to watch it over and over, oh, so sick. But the idea, of course, that's present here is you do the thing to make culture break, and you're like, haha, that'll do it. And then you run away from culture, and culture fucking finds you. Fucking finds you. It's like, hey, you can't run away from this. You can't just, like, throw bombs in the middle of a classroom and then run away. But wait, why was he running away, or why was he doing any of this? It was because Gamagori was there in the moment, right? Because Gamagori came into the room and caused a ruckus. So authority being too authoritarian squeezes this guy into feeling like he's forced to do this, into feeling like he's forced to run away. Oh, and this is also really important as a moment. When he gets up, he's like, "Arrgh!" Gets up. Everybody else looks at him. When you look at this shot, my eye gets drawn to the bright patch here. And the bright patch here. Not to Gamagori, and not to him. I see what he's doing because he's moving, right? But my eye gets drawn to here, and the most powerful thing in the frame is this face right here. And then it couples with this face right here, which is all your friends looking at you going, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Which is, for any well-adjusted person, a pretty good sign that you shouldn't do what you're doing. For example, you can imagine a group of men go out to the bars, right? And then one of the guys starts, like, fully touching a woman, and she starts moving away. And your friends would... Dude, what? No. If you want to be part of this thing, you're doing a wrong. So we judge this guy from the outset because of the faces that look at him. The peers. He's an idiot.
Bomb!
Sorry.
Escape me. Did you think you'd escape me with a tear gas bomb?
So we get some spectacular 3D stuff. Again, this is some of that juicy good. This introduces us to the space. The physical arena. Welcome to the real world, bitch. Because our entire frame for the entire show so far is darkness, this class. This is all that exists. This place that exists is kind of nice. It's kind of nice in here when it's working. When everything's working. Like, this idiot's playing with the toys, she's sleeping, but everything's kind of working. This is nice. Everything goes wrong. But this is our frame. This is the only place that matters is school. Okay, so you think school doesn't work? You think school doesn't work? You rebel? You get kicked the fuck out. The police take you in. Welcome to the real world. You have a criminal record now. Okay, right? Haha, I did it. I got away with something fun. Oh, shit. Boof. You ran away from school. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. You're getting kicked out. You're getting hurt. You have a criminal record now. Welcome to the real world. And so he throws him into it. And so it's fitting that it's the most spectacular sequence. So what do we say about this world that we're in? It is vast. It is huge. Immense structure. Pretty nice looking, actually, right? Like, even though we only see it for a second. Glass, steel. This is well built. Okay? This space is well built, and these structures beyond us are bigger than we are. And you can only see a little tiny piece of that structure. Ugh. And once you see enough of it to matter, look, Satsuki, where she would be, is right up in frame. Once you see enough of it that it would matter, it's too late, and it's behind you now. It's past you. You can't hindsight that anymore. You fucked it up already. You're out. And so we turn to see all we get is your face, fear, and the door out. You fucked up. Nobody wants to be around you anymore. Get the fuck out of the world. Bye. Have fun in your van down by the river thinking that everybody else is crazy. Right? Everybody else is crazy. But you couldn't dance along with the little fundamental groove of, can you sit still and pay attention in class? And if you can't dance to the fundamental, how are you ever going to dance to the complicated? If you can't dance to sit still and pay attention in class, learn when there's something worth learning, how are you ever going to build yourself into a person who can build a household or a family or raise another person to survive in this world or to improve the culture that you're in? No, you're not worth anything. If you can't even sit still and pay attention, get the fuck out. Bye-bye. The structure exists for a reason. You don't have to know what it is. By the time you know what it is, it's too late. Don't reject it out of hand. So, off we go. And it's gonna be a bony, bloody road to get there. Ba-ba-bam, boom, bam, boom, bang. This is what you get. Everybody else gets to stare down at you. Because you fucked it up. This is shame. That's what it feels like. And it's the catalyst. It's the way to know that you need to do something differently. But the society might be wrong. What if everyone is judging you and they're wrong about it? Now that's a problem. What if the society's actually wrong and everybody knows that they're wrong, but they all have to do it anyway? What if they all know that you didn't do anything wrong, and yet they're all standing there ready to punch you and throw you out a window or whatever, because they're scared that they'll be next to be thrown out a window? That's what the fear-mongering gets us. Bingo. Great. Okay, cool. That's a good idea. I just put that together in my own head.
A one-star Goku uniform. Looks like I found our...
Okay, we gotta immediately stop because that's gonna be so crucial. He's got a little piece of the power. Ah, I think I've got one tiny piece of it. That's enough for me to topple the whole system. I understand how power works. I understand how power works. Therefore, I should be able to change all the fundamental underlying systems of human social interaction because I understand how power politics works. No. No.
Looks like I found our thief. What are you waiting for? Try it on.
Yeah, go for it, man. I know things you don't know.
I can feel the power surging through my body and my soul.
Enlightenment. But only your first one. Because you gotta come back. There are more things to be enlightened about. Whoa, the world is all based on power. Sick. If I get power, I can change the world. Great. What should I change the world into? Whatever I want, man. Who cares? What it is now sucks. The way it is now sucks, man. Just change it. Oh, smack. Thwap. Bam, 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 bam. Boom. Ow.
I like it.
But you find that one thing, and you have this, like, one enlightening experience. You're like, I can do it. Bam. Because you still don't get it yet. Not even close.
My body's moving faster than fast.
Of course, that's the power of the Goku uniform.
Then die.
Here's a story. A kid goes to his dad, who he hates for some reason, and he goes, "Dad, if I do push-ups, I can get stronger. I did 10 push-ups. Now I'm gonna kill you." And his dad, the dad goes, "All right, bud, go for it." Like, yeah, of course. Yes, push-ups will make you stronger. And then the kid comes at him, fists a flying, and you're like, what. All right, buddy. Good job. Woo! And if the father is the way that fathers are often, not that this is a good fatherly thing, fucking slugs him one. The kid learns real quick that this doesn't actually work that way. Because your dad's 3 times your size, or whatever, right? And he's also been doing push-ups since he figured out that they made you stronger. If he knows what's good for him, he's been doing them since he figured out that they make you stronger. So he's gonna punch your lights out. So you're gonna be like, Dad, I get it. I understand the world. Now I can defeat you. No. No. Not at all. You think you can change the principles upon which human existence are founded? Some things say no. Some things say no. And it says no for a reason. Some things will not be changed. It's why the abortion debate is so big. It's because it's fundamental to reproduction. This will not change, says part of society, and maybe they're wrong. And maybe the other side's wrong. I don't fucking know. Some things will not change, says society. No.
Too bad. Your uniform's a 1-star, but mine's a 3-star.
I get way more about this game than you do, kiddo.
Sorry, but your attacks can't do a thing to me! Sneaking a Goku uniform out! What were you planning on doing with it? Perhaps you're a spy working for that Kobe trash! The power of the uniform's wasted on you! You're not fit!
Okay, so partly it's introducing her, but...
Power of the uniform's
the divine feminine. So this is speaking to the male who's watching this. The young man who's watching this, and the woman who's watching this, because this looks like who you'd want to be. Because the woman who is right is both wearing high heels and a fighter and sexy and attentive and has a sword and can use it and is on top of something that she's built for herself and is confident standing there and has her hair long, free, and blowing in the wind. She believes in what she believes in, and this is a part of it.
wasted on you!
Why is she here? Because she's watching, because Gamakuri is looking up at her, and because she's judging, because she's society, she's culture, well, no, that culture is the father, she's the mother, she's the divine feminine. I'm trying to work out what that is. I don't fucking know, because I'm not one. It's so much harder, because I'm boy. Am boy. I don't know what the divine feminine is, but there she is.
The power of the uniform's...
Right? Like, why does her skirt do that? It's not visually. I mean, her skirt does that because the wind, and her skirt does that because they thought there should be wind, and the animator thought that the wind would do this way. But why does her skirt blow? It's because she's enticing. She's built sexy. She's got musculature in her calves. She's steady. She's built on a rock. She's got her feet on some ground. She's angled in a direction. In this moment, actually, she is visualized as the captain of a ship standing at its prow. I guide this ship into the future. We go into the future. I guide us there. I'm standing here and watching over everything, evaluating everything as we go. It's why there are women at the prows of ships, isn't it? Because it's the divine feminine that guides man. Unless you're a raider, then you might put a dragon on the front of your ship because you embody the monster. What do you put at the front of your ship? In this case, it says you put the woman who knows what she's doing and has a sword and can fight. You put the virgin and the mother, because she is the virgin mother. She has given birth to this entire world, and yet she is virgin. She is the perfect one.
Wasted on you.
Pursue her. She is what matters. Did you get a facial expression? Full frown. So your subconscious registers a frowning woman. The woman that you just came in a fraction of a second to, your hierarchy just went, ooh, respect. She does not respect you. Society judges you unworthy.
On you! You're not fit to wear it! Remove that Goku uniform. Now!
No power for you. You are stripped naked and left bare. Crucified for it, literally. Put upon a cross. Crosses are throughout this, by the way. Throughout this show. Trigger, Gynax, they do crosses. Intersecting points, lights. It's a visual motif. They know what's up. Alright, put this back in its place. Our problem is solved here. Shit cleaned up.
Listen up! Students of Hyunoji Academy! Satsuki Kiryuin, your student council president, created the laws of this school! And as long as I'm alive...
The divine light of our beliefs shines down upon us.
Those laws will be upheld!
He can't even look at them because he can't understand it. He just believes. He can't understand it, he just believes. He can't look at her. Not when she's like this. He knows she is above him. And is reverent. As it should be.
Lady Satsuki. Attack her!
And everybody else should be as well.
Satsuki Kiryuin! Hail!
Fear is freedom! Subjugation is liberation! Freedom!
I mean, okay, so fear is freedom, subjugation is liberation, being a part of the culture is the thing that saves you. Culture is real, you must be a part of it. Chaos is out there. Okay, great. Good. I hate to do this, but I love her Japanese voice actress. For this. Glorious. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I know people don't want this to be in English, but it's better for my purposes. Boom.
Fear is freedom! Subjugation is liberation! Contradiction is truth!
Because contradiction is truth. Every great truth has two opposing sides behind it. And you have to know the whole of both opposing sides in order to accomplish the comprehension of any part of the great truth.
Those are the facts of this world!
Like it or not.
And you will all surrender to them!
There's no choice. Here's the way it is. Live this way or you die. The world exists. You exist. If you don't put food into your mouth, you die. Fundamental rule. If you don't have water, you die. If you get infected, you die. So there are a bunch of things around you that work to make you not die. And if you don't vibe with them, you can get the fuck out and die. Do you like having running water? Do you like being able to take a shit? Do you like having clean water you have access to? Good. Dance along with society. Good. You like having electricity and the internet? It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. You can find out a bunch of information. It's like fucking awesome, right? Good. Dance along to society. Play the fucking game or die. Play the fucking game or die.
You pigs in human clothing!
You're barely a person. Right? You're barely a person. Because everybody's barely a person. It's harsh, but it's true. All of us are fucking struggling out here. Every single person is out here struggling. They look like they've got it together, and they do. That's the thing. Follow the principles. Understand the principles. Follow the principles. Understand the principles. You become more than you look like. You can become a pig no longer, but a human instead.
Pigs in human clothing!
Outside. The fractal structure that is society. The outsider. On a mission. This is the conservative and the liberal. It's flipped blue and red, because Ryuko is red and Satsuki is blue. But it's flipped. It's okay that it's flipped, it's just a color thing. They chose the colors for reasons. And part of the reason is because red is really impactful, but blue is actually right. Fire is really awesome, but cool and chill is actually the way to be. Angry is really exciting, but calm and collected is actually the correct path. So, Ryuko, liberal, red, fire, light, raw, is exciting, and is the protagonist, and we love her for it. But Satsuki's actually the way to be. Satsuki actually has it figured out, right? Now, not completely, and we can get there in years or whatever. Not completely. There are things that she needs to learn. There is a reason Ryuko is coming here to change things. Ryuko is change. Ryuko is the future. Ryuko is you. Is you and your possibility. So you've got this grudge. You've got this thing on your back, which is your scissor. Your blade. It's the thing that you use to cut the world. But you only have a piece of it. You don't have the whole blade. You don't have the whole structure. You're getting pretty far with what you've got. Your parents armed you. Her father armed you. Okay, we'll get to it. Rad.
There it is. Honoji Academy.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean the pyramid of the divine culture and the eye upon it looking down on you. You against it has to be incorporated. You need to become a part of it. So we start this out into this visual space. What is outside of the city? There's nothing. We don't know. The city is all that is. The society is all that is. You and it. That's it. Chaos out there otherwise.
Honoji Academy.
What is... Oh, shit. Fuck me. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was cropping it this entire time. I'm so sorry. Okay, so she hides what she has. She hides the fact that she's dangerous, because you have to in order to do business with people. Obviously. Because everybody does. In order to get by anywhere in society, you have to, like, not look like you're going to murder somebody. It's really important. So walking around with a sword out, not a good idea. Even though the sword is valuable. You don't know how to incorporate it into your being in a way that doesn't hurt other people yet. You're not fully integrated. Okay. And you're barely getting by. And you're sour about everything. Why are you eating a lemon? Why does she eat a lemon? And also, she's not happy about it. I guess I have to do this to get by. I guess I have to do this to survive. I guess this is what it... You're in the bottom, man. You're working. It's work. It sucks. Sour grapes. Okay, this is also important. You're new in town. Everybody notices you immediately. Look, and we're so attuned to it, we immediately notice. Every single person in this frame, their eyes are either looking at you or you get the feeling that they could be. This guy's looking at you. This guy's looking at you. This lady's looking at you. This lady's looking at you. They're all looking at you. You came into a new space. You are being judged. Are you worthy of being part of our shady community at the bottom of our community? You still have to be worthy of this one, even though we're all, like, dealers and creeps and freaks. But they're also judging you. Can you defend yourself? Because if you can't defend yourself...
Oh, I'm sorry! That was a piece of
then somebody's gonna steal all your shit.
cake. Ah! I could have sworn I grabbed her wallet!
Stealing half-eaten lemons from people?
But if you're a kid and you're an idiot, you don't want to steal from the wrong person.
Nice manners, kid.
Be sure you know who you're judging first. Watch how they walk first. Because Ryuko doesn't walk through this place like somebody who's scared.
Are you that desperate to swap spit with chicks?
Don't be getting all cute with me, bitch! I get way more action than you!
Yeah, sure, bud, alright.
Good. Then you can die without any regrets.
Ha! I was just gonna say that to you! Come on out, guys! You even know who you're dissing? Me, Lightning Speed Machiro, that's who! And this is Hono Town's blindest alley, my turf. It's a dead end for losers, hoes, thugs, and scumbags. So if you want to get home in one piece, leave your wallet and step.
Seriously? You know, this whole street punk thing ain't working for you. Same with your crew. These guys are like the goofiest gang ever. Anyway, if y'all want to pick a fight, that's cool with me. Let's do this.
Flap. Like a 12-year-old. Shut the fuck up.
What the hell?
We weren't really gonna do anything. Yo, we're a passive-aggressive gang.
I'm not gonna fight people who can't fight back.
No.
I'll let it.
Our hero has principles? Mm-hmm.
Slide this time.
Hold it!
Chaos. Energy, chaos, change. She's another self. She's a friend to Ryuko. So she's a self. She's a person who you could be as well, but you're not her because she's too crazy. But she's also the side of your mind that's like, oh, we could do anything. We could go anywhere. We could go, you know, you get a little bit of freedom. She's the part of you that's creative. It's not burdened down by all of the systems, by all of the weight on your back. She's insanity. If you go too far, she's insanity. But she's also the new, the change. And for Ryuko, too. She is the potential for change.
Mugging folks at the crack of dawn again, huh? Crap, it's my big sister! How many times I gotta tell you to stop taking people down and get your fanny to...
And she's at least got some shit figured out, because she's beating up her brother. But she doesn't have everything figured out, because her brother isn't doing what's right. So if her family was all together, everything would be right, right? She's got some of her shit figured out. Okay.
Cool! You got a death wish or something? I'm sorry, I'm going. I ain't got time for institutionalized learning, you dumbass!
Go to school or die, right? We just learned that it's go to school or die. And Big Sister is going, go the fuck to school, and he's going, man, fuck you.
I'm gonna be a baller! A baller! Dumb little jerk! Sorry about that. Are you... Ah! I'm gonna be late! Wait up! Let me out, please!
Welcome to the insanity that people deal with in order to just get their lives going. It seems crazy from the outside.
What the hell?
Yeah,
These
you're
people
telling
are
me.
Crazy.
These people in this whole fucking big ass world that they're in, this shit's insane. What the fuck?
This is a naked pig who dared to defy Honnoji Academy.
Welcome to your new place. You have to follow the rules here.
Justice has been served. The city's dangerous, but the school sounds even worse. Interesting. Something tells me I'm gonna find some answers here.
The more dangerous the territory, the scarier the thing you're going toward, the more important it is that you go toward it, because the thing that you need is where you least want to find it.
We have a new student in Class K today, so please welcome Ryuko Matoi.
Ryuko! Here! Sit here! This desk is free!
Welcome! Yes, be part of the society, be part of our culture. Come, be with us. Yes, come dance with us. Yes. Yeah, come play. Yeah, come on. Let's go, we're going. Come on. This is part of a thing, come on. Let's play catch. Come on, throw me the ball, come on. I'll throw you the ball. You ready, guys? Throw the ball. Let's do the thing, you and me. We're part of the same game. Come on.
Man,
What?
that chick's spazzing out something fierce.
Oh, that's how my...
Man, she's weird. Yeah, but what she's doing works. Wow, she's fucking weird. Yeah, but it works.
Kanshok usually is. I guess that'll be your seat. Enjoy.
My name's Mako Kanshok. It's nice to meet you again and everything.
That kid the student council purged? He the one out front?
Uh-huh. That kind of thing happens a lot around here. Oh, but don't worry, you'll get used to it.
Right,
So like that's your Japanese adolescent in cram school, like 17 cram schools, and like, oh man, school is everything, so you gotta focus on nothing but school, nothing else matters, you gotta be focus on this thing, cram down the food with a textbook in front of your face while you're shoving food into your mouth and falling asleep, and you're barely awake through any of it. You're not actually paying attention in class, and you're not being useful. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. This is just the way that things are.
Not around here. Oh, but don't worry, you'll get used to it.
She's asleep already?
Over you go!
She is constantly like a little bit too much in the thing, right? Okay, so she's constantly like, "Hey, do you want to come? Hey, I'm gonna go to a concert. Do you want to come with me?" And you go, "No, I fucking hate concerts. Fuck. Ew." She doesn't get discouraged. 2 weeks later, "Hey, I know you don't like concerts. I've got movie tickets. Do you want to come to the movies? Let's go to the movies. We're gonna go do a thing. We're gonna be a part of a thing. Come on, let's go do a thing." And you go, "Fuck you. I hate movies. God. Ooh, I don't want to do anything." She keeps coming back. That's Mankanchoku Mako, right? That's why we make it so funny. She is the platonic ideal of exuberant and let's go. Let's do a thing. Let's create. Let's become. Let's not be stuck here. Let's not be stuck here. There's something more, but she's still burdened by all these, but there's something more.
Aw, why'd you dodge me like that?
Well, that's what people do when weirdos come flying at them.
Aw, I was just trying to give my bestie a hug.
Your bestie?
Yeah, we're desk neighbors now, so we're totally...
Mm-hmm. Friendly people presume friendship. They treat the interaction like we're already friends. They're already dancing, right? They're already grooving. Hey, we're already friends. Come on, dance. Come on. We're friends. Why are we friends? Doesn't matter. They'll find the excuse. We're friends because we stood next to each other. We're buddies because you're in front of me in the line at Starbucks. We're friends. Okay, we got a friendship. What's this? Who you? Well, we can move on past there, but they presume the friendship. Unfriendly people, scared people, anxious people, people who don't know themselves, don't do that. They go, I wonder if anybody wants to be friends with me. Everybody wants to be friends with everybody, actually. Everybody wants to be friends with everybody. That would be the ideal. Anytime you're not perfectly friends with somebody, you wish that they were different. You wish that things were not the way that they currently are, so that you could be friends with them. Or that they could be out of your life. Or you want to fuck them. Or something else is weird in your relationship with them. You know, or you have a different dynamic between you and them than friend, father, mother, sibling, relative, partner in like a business or a creative sense. You know, different. All those things include friend. You're all part of the same friend thing, but presume that friendship from the outset. Hey, we're already friends. Make an excuse for it, and people will buy in because they want it already. Hey, you and me, we're friends now. Why? Who cares? Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God I have a friend. Oh, God, I don't care. I don't care. As long as I can trick myself into believing that I'm your friend, I'm your friend. And as long as I can trick you into believing, or as long as you can trick yourself into believing that you're my friend, you're my friend. And then we can actually trick ourselves into believing that we're each other's friends. Because I don't know what you actually know. I don't know who you actually are. You might be trying to murder me eventually, right? If I presume that you're my friend, we can be friends. And if I presume that you're trying to murder me, we can never be friends.
Your bestie?
Yeah, we're desk neighbors now, so we're totally besties. Oh, that reminds me, is that your guitar case? Do you play? Come on!
More grand structures. Here we are in the tiny little alleyways of this great thing that we're a part of. We don't understand how it works, and we're criticizing the whole thing.
Play something! I'll sing! We're gonna run away!
God, would you calm down? Listen, I want to know what the deal is with this place. Like, who's the top dog around here and stuff?
So, how does shit work? How does this shit work? How do you become good? How do you become the best? Who's in charge? Why are they in charge? How can I become like them? What's the order here? And is it wrong? I am here to judge and change things if I must. I'm here to choose what I should fight for.
Whoa, look out, Ryuko! Bow! Bow!
You want to know who the top dog is? All you have to do is look around you. Literally right after she asks the question, as soon as you start to wonder who is in charge, immediately the answer starts to become apparent when you just look around and look at what everybody's looking at. What is everybody looking at? What's in charge in our culture, in our society? What's everybody looking at? Everybody's looking at their phones. Okay, so the phone's in charge. Why is the phone in charge? Because the phone contains media, which contains information. The information is in charge. Okay, who controls the information? Blah, 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 blah. You want to know who's in charge? Ask. Ask yourself, who's in charge? Then look around you. You will discover the truth. Because you will look at where everyone else is looking. They are all bowing. They're all part of the structure that bows to this ideal. Welcome to our world. The ideal is Satsuki Kiryuin, the divine feminine. Our culture works this way. Like it or get the fuck out. We've established all of our paradigms. You go with this culture or you die.
He looks like a big shot.
Yeah, he's a 3-star.
3-star?
Yep, that's Ira Gamagori, the disciplinary committee chairman. He's one of the elite 4 of the student council. He's super elite. 3 ranks above us no-star students.
No-star?
Uh-huh, the uniforms.
Yeah, that guy? Oh yeah, I don't know. He's got his shit together. He like was a CEO of like a company or something. Has his shit together. Has like a bunch of stars. Has some power. Me, I'm nobody. I don't know anything. I work at McDonald's. Actually, it's not even that. The 1-stars are working at McDonald's. The 1-stars are working at McDonald's. I don't even have a job. I'm not even out of school yet. You know. Or I'm in NEET. I'm not involved in education or something or training. Education, employment, or training. Just one of the lazy masses. Like me. Not like myself anymore. But I've been there. You're just like me. So Mako introduces Ryuko to this world.
Students?
No, Star.
Uh-huh. The uniforms here have amazing powers, and if you get one, I hear it's awesome.
Being part of the culture brings amazing benefits. You have to be selected. It's hard. Being a part of the culture has amazing benefits, but it's hard. Getting a uniform, a job, is hard. But wow, it gives you power. If you go and you get a job at McDonald's, it fucking sucks. You're part of a thing. But you might have the power to move out of your house and stop living with your parents. That'd be a pretty good step, right? It might be worth getting that shitty ass job at McDonald's in order to gain the power of a 1-star Goku uniform, right? But you don't do what that kid was doing before and go, the 1-star is all I need. I just want to steal this, right? And so you don't steal 1 week's worth of McDonald's wages and throw away your whole future. You know, like a few $100s, you still steal a few $100s and your whole life is ruined. You don't do that. You content yourself with where you are in the hierarchy, and then you look to see what's at the very top of the hierarchy, and you aim for that, and you use whatever power you've got to move up toward it.
Powers, and if you get one, I hear it's awesome. You get all like superhuman and stuff. They're called Goku uniforms, and they go from one.
Dancing like Goku. They're Goku uniforms. Wow. They make you go Super Saiyan. They're Goku uniforms that make you go Super Saiyan. Bada bing, bada boom. Wow, wow, wow.
Star all the way up to 3-star. Our student council president, Satsuki,
the hierarchy, the pyramid.
Yuin hands out Goku uniforms based on a student's abilities. Long story short, they're awesome. You got all that?
So what you're saying is, the student council president's the top dog, right?
Yeah. And speak of the devil, that's Lady Satsuki.
Transcendent. Imagery, light behind her. Unseeing, blind. She sees not. She is blind. Her eyes are closed. For this moment. For she does not need to see. She is Sleeping Beauty. She is unawakened. She does not need to see. Everything is working properly. As far as she's concerned, everything is working properly. Because she's moving directly toward her goal with no problem. This might be the most important artifact that I've ever created. This recording tonight. Sick.
Sorry to interrupt, but I hear you're the queen bee at this school.
Again, everybody is looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing? But there are times when everybody looks at you like, what the fuck are you doing, man, when you know what's up. And you're the only one who does, and they won't believe you until you prove them wrong. You know, the world is collapsing behind you. There's an 8-foot leap or whatever. Everybody's like, nobody can make that, man. You gear up for the leap, you get ready to go. Everybody looks at you like, and they're also all watching to see what you're gonna fucking do. Because if you can make it, maybe they can make it. So you run and you leap. Now, they might try to get in your way. Because they might try to get you to save yourself. No, don't do it. But if the world is actually falling apart behind you, if you're actually going to die if you don't leap, and if they're just going to drag you down, you have to leap. Just jump. And maybe you'll make it to the other side, and maybe you won't. Sometimes you have to ignore these faces. Sometimes you can't.
If you're...
Oh my god. Oh, I never noticed that. That's amazing. Up in the top right, we get this, like, this girl with the pigtails. Her butt's out, and somebody's groping her. Wow. See, I micronize that as, like, somebody innocent might be watching the struggle that goes on and getting hurt because they're so distracted by it. Because that's a hand on her ass, right? You put that in there just for fun. It's at the periphery of your vision. But it's at the periphery of your vision, right? Right in front of Satsuki Kiryuin, right? Right in front of the dictator. That's bonkers. I did not know that.
At this school. If you are, I got a question for ya.
How dare...
Wait. Zoom, original, aspect ratio, default? No, so those are black bars added. Those are added in. We're in a frame. Sorry, it's hard to tell.
How dare...
You are, I got
Okay, sorry. I gotta listen to the whole scene. This is the first confrontation again. This is a headphone. In my reading of this scene, this is the Divine Feminine. She has her headphones in. If you want to talk to somebody worthwhile, they've got their headphones in. They're on their path. You're gonna have to get in front of them. You're gonna have to get them to get those headphones out. Boom,
Sorry
bam.
to interrupt, but I hear you're the queen bee at this school. If you are, I got a question for ya.
So I'm looking in the same space where that would have been to see if the girl getting, like, groped is anywhere in here. It's nowhere near in here. So interesting. Mako is placed here. Fine.
How dare you?
Okay, yeah.
Question for bee at this school. If you are, I got a question for ya.
How dare you?
How dare you question society? So the immediate, the lynch mob of idiots around you immediately comes after you.
Get her!
And you go, no. I'm not trivial. This is for real. I got a real question for you. I can fight. I'm serious. I know what's going on. I have a cutting edge. And I'm serious about this question that I'm going to ask. And of course, the fundamental question is this culture correct?
A pair of scissors? No, half.
Half a scissor. Bam, boom. So now we're aligned. Everybody's watching. Everybody's on her side. Mako is uncertain. The scissor is there. The scissor to her. Aligned. It is the fact that you have this weaponry that gets her attention.
Scissor blade ever!
Yup, it's one half of a giant pair of scissors. And I've been looking all over the place for the person who's got the other half. Hey, Prez. You okay? You look surprised to see this thing. Like maybe you've seen it before.
One, where's the rest of my weapon? I need my duality. I'm not complete. My weapon is not complete. I am not complete yet. I must seek the other portion. The other portion is recognition that you are part of two things. You're two things in one thing.
Yup, it's one half of a giant pair of scissors. And I've been looking all over the place for...
Scissors make clothing. Clothing is culture. You need both sides of scissors in order to make good culture. You need man and woman, divine masculine and feminine. You need man and woman, actually.
The person who's got the other half.
Shit. Wow.
Prez, you okay? You look surprised
It's not
to see
wrong,
this
but
thing.
it isn't right.
Like maybe you've seen it before. You have seen it before, haven't you?
And what if I have?
You have seen it.
You have the answers. Mm-hmm. Ryuko is the divine masculine. She's female, but she is the divine masculine spirit. Hero, sword, adventure journey. She's the divine masculine. She's also feminine and coming to grips with that, but at core she is the divine masculine. She sees the divine feminine for the first time. This duality, Satsuki and Ryuko. She sees her for the first time. Just as every boy sees love for the first time, or like sex or a crush or somebody hot. Great. Okay. You see the divine feminine out there reflected as an echo in a girl that you like. And so you go up to her and you go, I got this shit. I challenge you. When you go up to her and do whatever you do to be like, I can do my part of the thing. I know what I'm doing to some extent, but I'm only half of it. You're the other half. And you get this sense that she does have the answer. She does have the other half. But maybe not her. And you fuck up the first encounter because you're too confrontational and you don't understand her and you don't understand her values. You don't understand the world around the both of you. So you fuck up your encounter.
Or haven't you?
But you do get the feeling that she does have what you need. The other half of you is her. She has the other half of the scissor. You know that she does. She must.
And what if I have?
You have seen it. You've got the other half of my scissors!
I'm gonna get you. And any good woman who's really worthwhile, this is actually funny, has a brother or a guy friend of some kind who she's actually guy friends with, or an ex, or somebody in the structure who really cares about her, is going to prevent you from ever getting that close. If you're not from around here, if you don't get how things go, if you're a fucking like druggy loser, you know, fuckboy idiot, and she's a good girl, like good smart girl who has her values in order because her whole family has their values in order, because her whole society has its values in order, then her family is going to prevent you from getting there. And her friends are going to prevent you from getting there. And the structures around her are going to prevent you from ever getting there. You're going to approach her, and she isn't even going to have to tell you no. Her friends are going to look at you and go, you dare. A no. And that's this.
Fukuroda?
Yes, captain of the boxing club, Takaharu Fukuroda. I'll finish this insolent wench off, with your permission.
She's yours.
2 stars is almost 3 stars. That's something great about the uniforms. The 2 crosses crossed together. 2 stars is almost 3 stars.
She's yours.
Out of my way! Is that glove made out of iron or something?
Don't you know a Goku uniform when you see one?
What? You're not even wearing a uniform.
What are you talking about? A boxer's uniform means gloves and trunks and...
What? You don't know how life works. What are you talking about? I live my life this way. I live my life this other way. You just don't get it. You try to fuck with them, you realize they know what they're doing.
Stuff! Plus, Lady Satsuki gave me this athleticism-augmenting 2-star Goku uniform! It infuses my boxing gloves with their power, making them harder than hard, stronger than steel!
I don't get what you're saying.
By dedicating myself to a pursuit, I have become culture, and the divine feminine have rewarded me both with her favor and with power. Because I dedicated myself so much to boxing, I have been granted power, and it is in the form of boxing. It looks dumb to you because you don't care about boxing, but to me, it's everything. It's the world.
But if... I don't get what you're saying. But if they're that hard, I can stop pulling my punches!
Alright.
You think I can't handle it? Get ready! Here's a left jab to rule your ass! And another! And a left hook! And a right uppercut to finish you off!
I was hoping you'd prove to be more amusing, but you have no idea how to properly wield your weapon.
Hey girl, want some fuck? Bam! You don't know how to be. Get the fuck out of my sight. Oh. Oh, I did it wrong.
Hold it! You better tell me what you know, or else!
Shut your mouth!
I want the other half of myself. I'm not complete.
Out!
Oh, or else!
Shut your mouth! No one speaks to Lady Satsuki that way. No one!
Confiscate her scissor blade.
Ma'am!
No way! You'll never take this away from me!
Never.
Never!
No matter what you do to me, you can't take away who I am. No matter what you do to me, you can't take away who I am. What I am.
Never take this away from me! Never!
I saw that attack coming from a mile away, you rookie! I'm a boxer, remember?
Sweet!
Huh? Ryuko! Are you going home?
I need to borrow your...
Sorry, what?
I'm a boxer, remember?
Sweet!
Did he just falls? Yep.
Sweet!
Great.
Ryuko! Are you going
I'm
home?
fucking out of here.
I need to borrow your bike! Thanks!
Asshole! What about my delivery?
Sometimes you gotta be an asshole in order to survive. But be as little of an asshole as you can.
Damn it. One thing's for sure, she knows how to retreat.
It's a good thing to know how to do. That's a good thing to know how to do. Retreating? Good idea. Back down sometimes? Good idea. Maybe you're not ready for this one right now. Your hackles raise up. Oh, I'm in an argument and I'm maybe in over my head. Oh, I actually don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I should retreat. No, I'll barrel forward into the great beyond. Fuck you, I'm right no matter what. You're not. You're a fucking racist, fascist, asshole, murderer, bad person. I hate you. Ah! Or you could retreat. I will retreat because I need a drink. This stuff. Some vitamins, which don't matter that much. The magnesium matters. Magnesium 3 and 8 and the glycinate and the citrate and stuff. Muscle relaxant. The L-theanine. Huge difference. Really easy stuff. I mean, I can get this stuff elsewhere probably in a cheaper powder form, but the recess powder in this format, it works okay. Like a relaxer. We'll see. We'll see if I feel it, because I think in my experience, this one, it ain't placebo and it's instant. I mean, L-theanine always works that way. It's always very fast acting. But it's the magnesium, I think, that's like, it's the muscle relaxant. That's just like immediate. Boo. My body likes that. My body likes that stuff. I don't know. It likes that stuff. It likes what's in it. It feels clear. It feels right. It doesn't feel wrong. I like that product. Whoa. A wave of relaxation immediately. Physically pulsing out from me. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. That is fantastic. I mean, that just works. Whoa. That feels really nice. Oh man, I needed that. Like a deep sigh. Like internally, my body is sighing. It's like, oh, thank God. Oh. Oh, good. It's magnesium.
Retreat. For sure, she knows how to retreat.
And he watches. Okay, so what catches the attention of the true guru? The one who really knows and who will teach you? The master. Hi, that's me. I'm trying to be that to you a little bit. To break the wall there. What gathers the attention of the true guru? It is that you know when to retreat. It is that when you get in to that argument and you're overhead, you go, oh wait, I'm sorry, I think I lost my train of thought. Or, oh, no, you're actually right about that. Thank you, I didn't realize. Or more accurately, you're not going to feel like thanking them. You're going to go bloodied and with your ego wounded. You're going to go, I guess I was wrong about that. Yeah. Sure, whatever. But doing that lets the universe know, and lets the person you're talking to know, ah, this person puts something beyond themselves and their own pain. This person has a reason to fight. This person has a reason to exist and be. It is worthwhile to teach them more because they are willing to learn. And they're more willing to learn than they are unwilling to feel pain. To feel the pain of admitting that they are wrong. They are willing enough to learn that the pain of feeling that they are wrong becomes meaningless. They don't care about finding out that they're wrong. They just want to learn. It's a continuum, right, of the thing.
You idiot! I'm sorry, sir.
You let her mock Lady Satsuki. You let her escape. And you failed to confiscate her weapon as ordered! A mistake made by a member of a club you run is your mistake, son of Gayama!
Yeah, I know! You think I've been punishing him for kicks here? And by the way, the disciplinary committee should have stepped in when she dissed Lady Satsuki. And that's your mistake, God.
So we're all parts of this society. We blame each other for why things go wrong. When things go wrong. There's something coming in that we gotta deal with. We don't know how to deal with it.
I'm a gory.
I found some intel on the new girl. She's been starting fights at high schools in the Eastern Kanto region, at schools ruled by Honnoji Academy. Apparently, they were personal spats. That's why we never received reports.
Such negligence. Inform our branches to keep an eye out for her.
At once, milady.
How shocking. The toad, the monkey, and the dog all screwed up big time. Hey, Lady Satsuki, you wanted to have that blade confiscated. Is it something we should be that worried about?
A chunk of the feminine is the only one who hasn't screwed up yet. Of course, that chunk of the feminine is the monster. Is the scariest.
It's a weapon designed to combat Goku uniforms.
No way. How does she have a weapon like that?
What's her name?
Ryuko Matoi, milady.
Matoi, eh? Interesting.
Ah. She has something interesting going on. He is a part of a lineage. Interesting. Alright, I know this next set of scenes so intimately because I've gone through them and like cut them up and like edited them frame by frame. It's an amazing experience to do like work with a piece of animation that's, you know, somebody else's, obviously. I'm not in animation, but to go through it and like really work on it frame by frame, you get a much better understanding of what it is and how it works. Because you have to in order to make it work. Or like work with it. Or work within it. Alright. So here's your shattered home. So here's you. Here's you. And me. Our home is shattered. Maybe literally. By a bomb? Like literally. Okay. Maybe your home got shattered because it got blown up. Maybe your home got shattered because your parents didn't work out. That's the norm now. Divorce is the norm. Divorced parents is the norm in a lot of places for various reasons. Your home is shattered. You don't know where you came from. You don't have something to go back to. Fucking lost. Out on a thread, out on a limb. Or maybe your home is shattered. Maybe you're not this person and you don't vibe with this. That's okay. Because maybe your home is good. Maybe you have a family where the dynamic actually works. They're rare, but they exist. I tell you that they exist because they exist. I've been inside them. They're magical. I don't know how the fuck they work. I'm trying to figure out how they work. Because things seem good there. I've got one right near me. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck it works. Because things are good there. They're kind enough to let me... I do the dance well enough that a family that is not my family lets me be a part of their family. I do the dance well enough to figure this out. I'm trying to figure out what more makes this place work the way that it works. But maybe you come from a place that works that way, that works. And maybe you might not identify with Ryuko here. Some things aren't for everyone. That's really good. If that's you, that's really good. Because then it means you had a family. And have one still. Properly. That's magic.
Father.
Okay, so you're not meant to compute it. I made the mistake. I still often make the mistake of running through these frames and figuring out what every single one of them shows. That's not what they're meant for. You're meant to experience them as a whirl. Fight, conflict, something, enemy, flight, Other blade. There is a truth. There was something here before it destroyed my family. There is a core truth in the family dynamic that gave birth to me. The core truth in the core truth is that I was born. There's something to that. If nothing else, there was something there. Why?
I'm sorry, Father. I was this close to finding out who killed you. If only I was strong enough, I'd beat it out of her!
If only I was strong enough. And the moment you ask for strength and admit you don't have it, I'm not strong enough. If only I reach for something beyond myself. Welcome to the underworld. Okay, yeah, you fucking suck. You're a little piece of shit. You're an ant. You're dirt. You're a rat. You suck. You're the underworld. Boom. You're broken. You don't have enough power. You have to fix yourself. Welcome to darkness. If things are working properly, other people will be watching you do this. If you find yourself a mentor or a friend, they might watch you and push you into this space of like, you're not all that you could be. And he's kind of like he's also kind of God watching in a weird way. You know? He's like, yeah, there's something here. I don't know, I can't unpack this one. I don't know what it is. I don't know what this means yet. I, as a human being, am unable to parse this frame. Yet. One day I might.
You should be careful what you wish for.
But again, he is the guru, the mentor, the echo of... Well, he's also sort of the masculine ideal. He's the big brother. The surrogate big brother. The guy you kind of latch on to who sort of has his shit figured out, and you're like, I'm in a chain of that, so I'm latched onto the guy that I pay rent to. And then the other guy who lives here is latched onto me. He thinks I have my shit figured out, and I'm like, I don't have my shit figured out. I'm looking at this guy. But he's looking at me like, dude, what do we do? And I'm like, I don't know. Okay, welcome to the underworld.
You should be careful what you wish for.
All that you are. Boom. Bam. Gets compressed and squashed and stretched and destroyed and hurt. All you can cling to is the little bit of a thread of something that your father left you. The one piece of wisdom that your father left you. The ability to fend for yourself. The ability to cut things, to hurt. Oh, that's actually really good.
You should be careful what you wish for.
You'll cling to it, and it'll slow your fall, but it won't help you stop your fall. And you're going to burst through a huge, wide, thick basement layer to get to enlightenment. And enlightenment looks like light up above. This is the landscape of the unknown. Enlightenment looks like the next doorway beyond the boss in every Elden Ring fight. You go up to the thing, you fight the boss, you die, you go back, you respawn, you fight the boss. You die, you go back, you respawn. I can't unpack that one right now, but that's important. And then you finally defeat the boss, and the door opens, and beyond the door is the unknown. A thing that you might explore, dangerous stuff down below, transcended interesting things up above in the trees, Light? Information? Smoke? The unknown? Something's here. There might be secrets here. There might be berries here. So, you climbed the mountain. You climbed the fucking mountain. You get over to the top and you can see the whole world beyond the mountainside. And there's a patch of green over there. Come on. We go toward it. We go toward the light. We go toward what we can find.
Ow.
But first you gotta see that there's some chaos around you.
I never knew we had such a big basement. Damn, I tore open that cut again.
And it is your pain your sacrifice, your sacrifice of blood, accidentally, because you've been in a fight. You've been fighting for something worthwhile. It is your pain that awakens
I better look for a way out.
something.
More.
Your struggle, your sacrifice is judged, and something's gonna happen.
Give me more.
And it wants more from you. So you start working out, it hurts. But it wants more from you. It wants you to do this more. The working out does. The gym, the whole existence of the you that could be that person who goes to the gym frequently. It wants more from you. It wants you to do that more. It wants you to care more. But it hurts. You need to find a balance.
There!
Before you can incorporate a change to yourself, a new way of being, a new set of clothing, you have to figure out how to balance it.
More. I need more. Give me more. More!
The hell? Is that a sailor uniform?
Don't leave! Put me on! Put me on!
Something about what you found goes, this is the most important thing in the world. Come on, be a part of this, be a part of this, be a part of this. You have to.
No, you perv!
And it violates you. People make a big deal out of this scene. Why? Why does this happen? It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. She just dropped through a thing into the underworld of non-existence, and she bled into some rags, and it turned into a fucking uniform that's now talking to her. None of it makes sense. Shut the fuck up. If it made sense, why would it make sense? It doesn't make sense. It makes sense. It violates you. Finding out that you are not complete, it violates you. Finding out that there's something bigger than you, it violates you. If you go to the gym the next day, everything about you says, that was, ow. But it also violates you, because if you haven't ever been to the gym before, something in your brain goes, I should be doing that more. And that violates your whole set of being. Your whole set of being is, I'm doing fine the way that I am. Then you go to the gym once and you figure out that it hurts and you know that you need to do it more. That is misaligned with your whole being as it is, which doesn't want to go to the gym. The change violates you. To put on a new set of clothes hurts.
Put me on! Put me
And it hurts in a way that feels worse than pain.
on!
It bears you naked, makes you ashamed, makes you embarrassed. That's what Ryuko is here. She is ashamed and embarrassed, and we're feeling that. We are Ryuko here. This scene is not, we're not fucking Ryuko here. We're not Senketsu. Senketsu is the monster here. The unknown. But it's the unknown that we need in order to survive. We are Ryuko. We are being the violated.
You perv!
Wear me and feed me blood!
Go to the gym and do more about
I
it.
want to go back to sleep!
You don't!
And the part of your brain that's like, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing this. I don't want to go back to sleep, I don't want to go back to sleep, I don't want to go back to sleep. I don't ever want to... multiple times that I've taken people to the gym for the first time, they go, I don't ever want to not be doing this again. You know, we'll go back for the first time in a while, after like a little break, or they missed one for a while, they'll be like, oh man, I needed this. Oh man, I don't ever want to not be like this again.
Me blood! I don't want to go back to sleep!
You talk? Sailor uniforms don't
You're
talk!
wasting time! Don't be scared! Put me on!
Don't be scared, just go to the gym, just go.
Put me on! Put me on!
Oh my god, where'd you learn to talk?
That's not important right now!
And you just can't even accomplish that. You're like, whoa.
It is important! Where do uniforms talk?
Stop talking! If you don't put me on right now, I'll force you to put me on! There! You see? A perfect fit!
Stop it!
I went to the gym! But...
Hey, new girl! You listening? An hour from
Chain
now,
structures.
we're going to execute your little friend. She's an accessory to your crime of treason against Honoji Academy. If you want to save her life, quit hiding like a...
Killing Monkanshoku? Yeah, saving your peer. Who, and saving the possible. So, when you do wrong in society, it destroys your ability to have friends and peers and stuff, and it might hurt them. I feel like that's what it is. Like, you have to set yourself right in order to right the wrongs that you've accomplished or, like, caused against other people. I think more of it is just, like, core narratively, this is Ryuko's fault. Monkanshoku would not be in trouble if it were not for Ryuko. Right? Okay, I need to do this. We've only got a little bit more to get through for the episode. And it's worth going all the way through. So I think it's just from a narrative position that this is Ryuko's fault. And so you have to go right the wrongs that you've caused.
Asshole! Coward! Sorry, asshole!
Mr. Principal, the student council are animals. Do something.
This doesn't concern us, so stay out of it. Kiryuin's mother is the chair of the Academy's board of directors.
So that's just more of an important jab, which is like, where does power actually come from? It's not from the authorities, really. It's from money. It's from not just money, but money. Old money.
Therefore, Lady Satsuki is our lord and master. We work for her, so there's nothing we can do about it. For her,
Oh,
so
you
there's
just gotta
nothing.
highlight it. It's right there. Right? And then it's immediately gone. Again, like, this is just trigger knowing how to draw your eye around. So in this scene, it's fully blowing up. She's fully, like, undressed, essentially, under there. Is the idea, at least, right? And then we come here, and it's fully blowing up. You're like, whoa, and then it's gone. And you better be paying attention to her and where she's looking, not her ass. That's not where you should be looking. You should be looking at where she's looking, because she's looking at something useful.
Using a hostage is kind of cliche, don't you
For
think?
her, so there's
But you should
There's nothing
admire.
we
You should admire her
nothing
ass.
to do about it.
Cause you should. Cause it's right.
Using a hostage is kind of cliche, don't you think?
If I fail again, my Goku uniform's gonna be confiscated. Since Monkanshoku's the only one we know of who actually spoke to the new girl, I don't have any other option.
It sounds like you got your priorities straight. Good. Now get out there. Prove yourself.
Oh man,
Yeah, go for it, kid.
Everyone at school's gonna see my underwear now. I should have worn my sexy panties today.
So this is a perverted shot, 100%. But that's the point. The worst thing that you could have for the point it's to keep it interesting. Very interesting, because your dumb animal brain goes hee hee titties, and so you're paying attention. Hee 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 titties. I need more of those. And so you pay attention. But it's also because it's embarrassing to her. Mostly it's to keep you involved. That's okay. Mako's hot.
Bring out the vat!
Ooh, you know what? Mako's kind of double hot. She's attractive, like she's drawn as a physically attractive character, like super way more than she should be. Okay, fine. That's fine. But also the way that she is actually really attractive. Hi, how's it going? Hey, what's up? Like smiling and like inviting you to come and be with them and like actively engaging in the world around them and actively shaping the people around them and like got their shit together.
Ta-da!
Hey, it's shrimp.
Oh, wait, it is! Hey, that's oil! He fried that sucker! Dude, he's gonna fry shrimp!
If you guys dip me in the oil, everyone's gonna see right through my uniform! This is bad!
Okay, that's a part of it. She is the innocent as well. She is the innocent. And that's why you always want to be saving the innocent, right? She's the innocent girl who's always getting, like, objectified. Oh, yeah, this is why Ryuko has to go and save her. Because she's the innocent girl who's getting, like, objectified and, like, is terrified of, like, oh, God, these people are looking at me. Funny. All the time. When she's actually going to die. Like, there's a bigger threat here, but she's worried about the objectification. Okay, but that's the idea. It's worth saving her. Yes, she is worth saving. Okay, so Mako is double. She's the friend, and she's also a sexual partner for Ryuko. Interesting. She's not the divine feminine. The divine feminine is the untouchable Satsuki because you're sisters with the divine feminine. Right, but Ryuko is Mako is a reflection of it. She's the best friend relationship that you have that like changes everything, and she's always in trouble, and that trouble is often of a sexual variety, and she's worried about, oh, that guy was just being really pervy, and you're like, that dude was gonna take you home and kill you. So you're trying to save her. You're trying to save that innocent. That's what the hero should be doing. That's why she's sexualized in this moment. And that's why she's worried about it. Because she should be worried about it. But she should also have her eyes open so that she can worry about what's actually going on and get her priorities in order. But maybe she doesn't have her priorities in order. So she's only worried about this and doesn't have anybody to save her, and you need to be there to save her.
Either that girl's being incredibly brave, or incredibly stupid.
Who knows?
Hang in there, sis. I'm coming to...
Nope. That's good. That's a good moment.
I'm coming to...
Yeah. Someone who's not ready is like, I'm ready to step up and be a hero. I'm ready to do the thing. You're like, my guy, I got this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, you do your thing. You go fuck with your friends and play out in the streets. You're chilling. I got this one. I got this fight. And armed with fucking something. You don't know what it is yet. Armed with something. You jump into the moment and free the virgin from her chains.
Ryuko!
And she looks up your skirt, and we get this like double, triple sexualized, like ultra sex situation. It's like, it's multifaceted. It's like layered. It's multi-layered on top of itself.
Hang on tight, okay?
A great gag scene. Well, they get fried by their own fire because they get fried by their own fire. The guy that you told off is now the one who's cooked. The dude you stood up to. Or the thing that you stood up to. It dies. You killed it. You did it. Or all the fools who are ready to get in line to be a part of it, or just let this situation happen, or allow the thing, or be part of this like unfair circumstance, or whatever it is. Okay, but you call them out on it, and they all look like assholes. They all get cooked by their own idiocy, and you save not the divine feminine. You can't save her. She exists outside of you, outside of the universe that you can find. But you save a reflection of it, and that can be good enough. Because the reflection of it is still a full person and is interesting.
So, new girl, we meet again.
Using a hostage to get me here is pretty low. You want to fight so bad? Well, here I am. So let's do
Great
it
gag.
out one-on-one.
You're not in the club, but I can make an exception today.
Get ready!
Hey, dumb brain. Hey, idiot. Idiot, wake up. Ding. Titties. All you need to wake up a male brain, man. It's immediate.
Get ready!
Ding! No, it's so great. It's so funny, actually. The bell happens, but the bell is actually, like, in my brain. It's when the tits go online. I wonder if you could get, like, a tracker to see how fast I autofocus on the tits. Because it won't work anymore, because I see them coming, right? I see them coming. But I bet like we could find any other scene where it's like something's happening to tits, and then just track how fast my eyes go from like whatever else I'm looking at to titties. how fast? Because it's like you cannot judge me for it. It is faster than I can control. It's like blinking when somebody goes like this to you, right? It's like that. It's reflex. It's so deep down in the base of my brain that I have zero control over it. The initial response. 0.0001 seconds later, I can judge the response. Whether I should be doing that. Whether they're titties. Whether they are. And immediately start judging the human that they're attached to see if they might be a potential mate. Obviously. Obviously that's the way it works, but just in this context. Titties. It's also shaped the same way. The spike in the center. Big. This is actually a breast. Visually. Ding, and it ripples. And then titties.
I'm gonna haze you like a freshman! Like a freshman! Yeah, you like that? The ring's filling up with my juggernaut of left jabs! And here...
Okay, so you come back up against whatever it was that knocked you down before. And it doesn't knock you down this time, because you went and figured some shit out. And you know what you're doing. You're not just going to run away. You're not just going to get beaten. You've got some armor on. You're more than you were. You're protected a little bit by wearing this thing that you don't know what it is, but you've incorporated something that's outside of yourself, and you're stronger than you used to be. You don't know what the fuck happened, but you're ready to go. And his punches don't hurt you anymore because you've got armor on.
Right straight! It's really a corkscrew! Tekken Fun Time!
To be in a new way is to show yourself to the world. To be honest is to be stripped naked. Nothing to hide. And it's embarrassing. And it hurts. So Ryuko is always embarrassed by this sequence, by this context, because it is embarrassing to be naked. But naked is being honest, and she's honest.
What the hell are you wearing?
None of your
Just that, just being naked, makes everybody else uncomfortable. Unless they have their shit together, too. If they're not honest completely and comfortable being naked, if they've got insecurities about it, your nakedness shames them. Your honesty shames them. Your honesty will always shame a liar. It might shame you to be honest, but your honesty always shames a liar. And it always garners respect from anyone honest around you. There you go. There you go. Your honesty. Your nakedness. Now Ryuko is sexual and sexualized massively throughout this show. All in a useful way. Fuck the word tasteful. I don't care about tasteful. It's not tasteful in this show. It's not tasteful. It can be lecherous. It can be weird. It can be too much. It can be... I mean, we had sexual assault in the first seconds. Like with the Ryuko Senketsu scene. Literally groping her, right? It's weird. It's not tasteful. But it's useful. Like the groping scene. It means something. You have to, it's uncomfortable to change yourself is what that one meant. And putting on Senketsu for the first time, it's uncomfortable. And now, for the first time in public, you reveal how you are now. That you are honest. That you are seeking something. And that's the thing that catalyzed this whole change was, I wish I had more power, which is the admission that I don't have enough power, which means that I'm not strong enough, which is the admission, the honest admission of inadequacy. I'm not good enough. As soon as you admit you're not good enough, the world opens to you. But it's really uncomfortable, and it requires you to continue being honest and open and naked.
What the hell are you wearing?
None of your business!
You're cheating! All just trying to distract me with your sexiness!
It's not my fault it's like this!
You slut! How dare you! You're mocking the...
How dare you with your honesty? You're trying to fuck with me by being who you are. Nope, I'm just being who I am. Don't you dare shame me for it. There's a big difference between being slutty and just being. Don't get them twisted. That girl you see dressed the way she's dressed might be one or the other. Probably more likely just being, just comfortable. Because women get this kind of, I mean, women lie all the time. Don't get it twisted. But women get this kind of, to some innate degree, maybe? I don't know. The ones who have it together get it. Women are the same as men, but different. They have their own myths. Their mythology aims at the same and different divine hierarchies. I don't know. It's weird. Okay.
What? How dare you! You're mocking the gentleman's sport!
I am not!
Oh, you're breaking the rules. That's it. You're breaking the rules. How dare you?
All right. In that case, I'm stripping down too.
Oh, you're gonna be honest? Then I'm gonna be honest. Okay, Lou, I don't want your honesty. You don't know how to use it. I don't want your honesty. You don't know how to use it. I know how to use my honesty. My shit's in line. My honesty is correct. I come correct. You get corrected.
Now who's doing the mocking?
Time to take off the soft gloves I use for away bounce and bring the pain.
What?
Behold! This is what the real...
Yeah. Every time you step up to a challenge, the challenge always gets bigger. But if you turn away from the challenge, it always gets like 4 times bigger. That's part of the thing. Ryuko came back, so of course he's got more going on here.
Honoji Academy Boxing Club Athleticism Augmenting 2-Star Class.
Sure.
I bet you're asking yourself, why did he rap them? If I didn't, the challengers from other schools would be too scared to fight me! But when I bare them for all the world to see, I feel even stronger! It's my Goku uniform!
I don't know the rules of boxing, but I'm pretty sure those are illegal. Oh well, bring it on.
I never noticed that gag. Oh my god. Okay, so first off,
Oh well,
titties again.
bring it on.
Oh, he's all busted the fuck up with the teeth and the awesome. That's awesome. It's stupid. That's stupid and I love it.
I couldn't tell what you were hiding under that cloak of yours! But now that you're half naked, I'm gonna rip that bikini to shreds and send you flying!
You're naked. You're vulnerable. Okay. Yeah, you're naked and vulnerable. I'm gonna hit you really hard. No. I'm naked, and I'm fucking stronger because of it. You can't break me because I tell the truth. You'll get nothing from me because I can only tell you what I know. Right?
What the hell? My gloves!
Looks like your glove's not the only thing that turns to steel. So does my outfit!
Impossible, 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 impossible!
Jeez, you call those punches? Cause I'm not feeling anything!
Whoa, what's she
No
wearing?
pain.
I think it's a Goku uniform.
Nope. It's something new. Everybody pays attention when you're doing
I know
it.
you know how to box. Yeah, I don't think she really does. But she's totally freaking awesome. So awesome. So unbelievably
Okay, yeah, no, people will look at you for all sorts of reasons once you start doing this, but you're awake now, man. You're doing it. You're doing it.
awesome.
Okay. Now I get to have some fun!
You get all the parts aligned. Oh my god, this is what it feels like. You foam roll out your shit, you get everything stretched out, put everything together. You know where all your musculature is, everything's in line with itself, everything's all set. You are superhuman. You're better than you were. You're capable of taking on the world. You can accomplish anything.
Left jab! And a rub!
And with this one skill, you're not a boxer. And it's the line earlier. You don't know how boxing works, but this skill lets you conquer boxing. It is the skill that lets you win at all of the skills. Is the ability to recognize that you're not strong enough and to go looking for more strength. Honestly, sincerely, with truth in your heart and held up high as an ideal.
And now, an uppercut! And for the
And how did she know how to do any of this? How does she know how to do any of this? How do you know how to dance? when the music comes on and you start moving to the music. What are you doing? How do you already know how to do that? You already know how to do all of the things. As long as you do the thing that's important. The thing that's important is admit that you don't know all of the things.
Search!
And the thing that's important is seeking out truth. Seeking out truth. Recognizing that you're not complete. Incorporating it. If you do that, you're armored and you're powerful and you can move forward into the world. And by doing so, you will strip naked the institutions, and you will figure out what's underneath them. And at its core, the truth is that what's underneath every evil and hierarchy and monster and person, mostly until later, is a full human being who could be naked and strong too. Stripped of the will to fight. Not killed. Not you win. The enemy retreats. This is the best solution when you're right and they're wrong. The best solution when you're right and they're wrong is that they retreat. It's that they don't fight you to the death. Is that they don't force you to kill them. Is that they don't kill themselves. And it's definitely that they don't kill you. Because you know that you're right. You are right. They are wrong. Unfortunately, when you believe that you're right, this allows you to do anything, right? But when you believe that you're right and that they're wrong, you don't want to kill them. You want to hopefully get them to retreat, to back down on their point. Your goal is not to end them. Like in an argument or a flame war or in a Twitter debate or whatever, your goal isn't to destroy a person. It's to get them to back down on their point, to convince them that they're wrong, to think it. And to do that, you have to think it through from their side. You'd have to okay, what would convince me if I believed this? Which means that you have to consider why someone might believe that. And that means going beyond because they're an idiot. Because they're wrong. But they're probably not. They're probably believe that because they're a person at the core. Because at the core of every person that you hate, there's a person. Except for psychopaths and sociopaths. But at the core of every person or every media movement or group, there's something human to it. And there are people inside it that are just a part of it. Just carrying all this shit around as clothing that they're wearing. But at the core, they've got a reason for doing it, and it's because it aligns somehow with their beliefs about being. A lot of people's beliefs about being are really flawed. That's okay. Your belief about being has to be that they must have some reason for doing the things that they're doing the way that they're doing them. You can't tell until you understand what's beyond all the clothing that they're wearing.
Impossible!
A Goku uniform
Was defeated?
Her scissor blade is powerful.
And this song's lyrics work. The song's lyrics are exactly to find my dad.
It isn't her blade.
Now it's time to finish you off!
I love this scene. It works so well. Splat. No, but still this. No, it isn't her blade. No, it's Senketsu. It's what she's wearing. It's the new armor that you've put on. It's the new identity. It's the new you. It's the you of being, yeah, I am capable of thinking. I am capable of changing my thoughts, even though it hurts.
Now it's time to finish you off!
Really great dynamic animation, of course. Also, you love animation that gives you nice shots of panties and booty while the spin happens is very nice. Okay. All the different layers that protect the divinity. Twat, 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 twat. Stop, 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 stop. They're all there to sacrifice themselves for the greater cause and prevent you from getting anywhere near it. But the way that you fought catches the attention of the universe. And things are about to start to change around you, because Satsuki Kiryuin right now, she is God. She decides how everything works. She decides whether you have any power, any money, any status, or anything. By being honest, by accepting your wrongs, and by improving yourself, you just got the attention of God. The goddess, you might say, actually.
How dare you!
Stand down! New girl, where did you get your hands on that outfit?
Oh, how'd you figure this out?
I got it from my father.
Simple.
Really?
Yeah, really. And are you seeing this scissor blade? It was left behind by the same scumbag that killed him! And now, you're gonna tell me who this belongs to! Satsuki Kiryuin.
We did it. Even if I lose my way or trip and fall. Now I understand why I was born. I'm gonna make this all happen with my own hands. Okay. Shit's gonna keep coming at you. That's part of the thing. You did the awakening. You don't get to rest. I mean, neither do I. I'm gonna be up for a little while. I'll try. How am I on disk space? I'm okay. My backups are all fucked up though. That's okay. I love the title. If only I had thorns like a thistle. If only I knew how to fight. If only I were a little bit more dangerous. If only I were built with the ability to survive in this world easily. I think I could just sit there and be a thistle flower and not give a shit. And, you know, if something bad comes up, it'll bite me and it'll be like, ow, and it won't bite me. So I'll live forever. Nobody eats thistles. Well, goats. Other ruminant animals that are just like, wow, I don't know, who've evolved because they've evolved to. They just don't give a shit. But if you had thorns like a thistle, man, life would be easy. So you gotta build them. You gotta learn how to have defenses. Okay, let's move on. You know, I'm gonna get more psychoanalytic value out of watching the next episode of Kill la Kill right now than I probably ever will in the history of existence, even if I ever come back to it like 1,000 times. So probably worth going for it for right now. I'm getting a little bit tired. So sexy, she might pass out, or swooningly sexy, which is a much better translation. We'll see.
This scissor blade was left behind by the same scumbag that killed my father. And now, you're gonna tell me who this thing belongs to. Satsuki Kiryuin.
Ryuko Matoi is your name, right? Interesting. Then you must be Isshin Matoi's daughter.
I knew it! You know who my father was!
I knew it. You understand how I work.
You're bleeding too much, Ryuko.
You said.
Yeah, you can only fight so much at once. Oof. That hits me hard. I'm tired. Yeah, give it a second. Hold on.
You wanted blood. You getting full now?
No, but in about 5 minutes, you're going to lose consciousness.
Why did you say that before? We'll pick this up later, Satsuki Kiryuin! Count on it!
Roll out.
She's getting away!
Don't bother.
My lady!
She'll be back eventually. Leave her be till then.
Lady Satsuki, you're as dazzling as always.
Your tea, miss. Careful, it's hot.
Everything works
so the
here.
new girl has a kamui.
We'll do the intro. Or, I mean, we already just did the song, but here we get the visuals now. And that's some new shit. Just think about everything we talked about. And go. We're all threads in the same tapestry. Okay, sorry. Hold on. We'll just go back all the way to the beginning here. I'm gonna have to do it without music. That's the thing. Because the music changes my perception of it. Because I'm tripping. Okay. Shift, 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 shift. Threads. So chaotic threads, but they're also spotlights moving through. It's like Plato's cave. It's the shadows on the wall, things behind things, multiple layers of perception. Things are not quite what you think they are. But sometimes they coalesce. And around those moments of coalescence is born the unity duality. These two form one whole, but they are split. They are separated. Blue, red, belief, other belief, misbelief, this belief. They're also layered on top of it. They are Kill la Kill. This is one thing. One thing is Kill la Kill, and it is the story of these two people. And it is the story of the rise of Ryuko and the evening of the field with Satsuki. What's actually really great is the momentum of the two of them. Satsuki isn't moving down very fast. Ryuko is moving up quite quickly. Ryuko is moving up faster than Satsuki moves down. So it's not so much that you're dragging Satsuki down or destroying stuff. Ryuko is just raising her position. And Satsuki's, their eyes never get to be the same height. Why? Because Satsuki knows more than you do. You're her. You can look at the scene and your eyes will be drawn to her eyes because you're her. Satsuki is looking down on you, of course, because she's always looking down. because she is the ideal, she is the divine, she is the untouchable. She is always judging and always better than what is. And you contain this duality as well within yourself. Not just you are this thing, but you contain this duality within yourself, which is the one who judges and the one who tries. I try to do something, damn, I did something stupid. I try to do something, damn, I did something stupid. And then there's the super of you doing everything, and then your actions being reflected onto you by the group, by the population, by the society, by the faces of everybody else, which is part of the judgment of the Satsuki. Okay. Twisted algorithmic awesomeness. Through the portal we go. Infinite digital fractal city. People, hierarchies, stacks and stacks of people. You don't know what this means, but you're a part of it. Transcendence born is you. You stand amongst them, but you're special. Infinite, yeah, with the coloration, right? Infinite possibility. Rad, rebel, stance, chill, character design. You are a person. Right, you're the main character. Okay, good, we got it. We get it. The reason that the main character is more colorful than everybody else is because you, to yourself, will always be the person that you know best. I mean, you might not know yourself very well, but you're still you. And so nobody else knows you and knows how you works at all compared to you. So you're the main character. So of course you see yourself as the main character because you see all the frills and the colors and the things that are a part of you and the things that make you special. Of course, everybody else sees you as one of the bland motherfuckers in the corners unless you're doing something really special, and then they'll look at you. But there you go. Bam. Multiple versions of yourself. Standing strong. Name. The red thread, of course, that binds us. We are all bound together. We're all connected. The stripe of red within her. Boom. Slice, a catalyzing event. First birth. Slice, a catalyzing event. She's forced to take off her clothes, become free and open and honest. And this leads to finding out all of the things about her. And we meet the fact that this thread is connected to everybody. Bam, boom, bang. Just show off these characters because they're cool. Mako gets a little bit of an extra, a little bit of motion. Pow. Friends, friends, friends. Satsuki. Full movement around her. So this is exactly the same frame as Ryuko, just reversed, of course. And this time she's not so much looking down, we're more looking at her. We sort of understand, because we're in her stance, right? This is who she is. And she has to be laid bare as well. But we haven't seen that yet. What we see when she is laid bare is just her truth is all perfect. It's the sword. It's already the other uniform. It's perfection. It's this weird shit. And that one moment. Why is that there? Fragility? Potential? Or is this just her yelling at you? I think it's just her yelling at you. Looking down at you and yelling at you. You fucking suck. When you strip her bare, all that you see is her perfection and that she's better than you. That woman who you see who's way out of your league, and it's like, oh, don't look at me, don't judge me. Hello, Senketsu. The culture itself. Awake and alive and within you and a part of you, and it wants to be a part of you, and it wants you to wear it. I hold my destiny in my own hands. The wrist thing, I gotta say, It's the active choice to sacrifice. The active choice to hurt myself, not to hurt myself, sacrifice is better, to be willing to experience pain if it's necessary to achieve a goal, enables you to, the pain of honesty, the pain of nakedness, and the pain of bleeding, because it's both pain, right? Enables you to integrate wholly with this thing, fully transform, which just looks really cool. It changes you, it hurts, but it locks into place. And something sexy happens to you. That's the best way to put it. Something appealing happens to you. The most visually appealing thing that you can do for a young man is sexy. So something sexy happens to you. And boom, 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 bam, you're ready to rock. And that, when you're ready to rock, that allows you to connect with anybody else who's ready to rock and take your place in the great cosmic lineage of infinite interlinked humans working together towards some grander fabric of great truth and existence. Also, we need a fight scene. And I think this shot was made really fast. If I remember from the documentary, they like crammed this one together, and it's awesome. Of course, it's all one guy, like compositing it and staging it. Okay. Still, we need a fight scene, but it's more than that. This show will be about a fight. You fighting with and against the establishment to get to the thing that you need, which is the divine feminine. You have to fight all the infinite nameless chumps. The bad bitches. The gatekeepers. The full-on monsters and gangsters. I don't know what the fuck this is. That's just a flood. This is where we get important people. The structure itself, the family, the honorable ones who are too dumb to know what they're doing, but they know what they're doing. Chet. Chad. Thad. Sorry, any Thads or Chets out there. That guy. But he's like dumb. But because he's dumb, he kind of gets it. In a way that gotta fight him. Gotta deal with him. And you gotta deal with structure and authority, which is what Gamagori represents. Structure and authority. Wildness and competitiveness. You have to fight competition or like deal with it. All of these people are important and they matter, right? Yeah. I don't know how to read Non. She's music, it's creativity, but like insane creativity. I don't know, but that's Mako too. But it's also like the woman's best friend, I think, kind of, because she's like known her the longest. Even though she's got her own priorities out of order, she's still known her the longest and is desperate to protect her. And then there's Cyberboy. I don't know how to read him either. He's just cool as shit. I don't know how to read him because I forget why he loves Satsuki. I forget what his backstory is. Freelance hacker, cared nothing about battle, lives for gathering information. Satsuki told him he would be able to change the real world instead of a virtual one. So, he's just a powerful ally. Honestly reasonable. Because he's all the one who's almost the closest to actually knowing what's going on. Even though no one is the closest in terms of age and time and whatever, he's the one who actually gets the closest to understanding the truth. He's the guy who's only there for information. He's pretty close to the divine feminine. But he's not fucking her. He's doing alright though. Okay. We go in through the eye of her, because all of this, we see it from the perspective of the overarching deity goddess that views all of society. Pow. You can reach out and grasp it. That's all it takes, is your hands. There will be conflict. Again, the same rising. And we're at a tension point here, actually. This is actually great. Everything starts to come to connection in the center with all the threads. It's all connecting in the center. And their eyes are almost at equal. They can almost see eye to eye. They can almost. Transcendence. Almost. Transcendence. Two things become one. Almost. Transcendence. Sounds like an orgasm, right? Because it's the thing that leads to childbirth, that leads to humanity, that leads to marching along in the beat of the drum of the society that made you, and it works because at least it made you. So that's your father, so that you know that that works. So you're seeking out something, so you're going out for it, and it all comes back to the same damn thing, and you find yourself in it, and you find it in yourself. So I hope that there's been a moment of transcendence in this video for you. Now I have to go to bed. Good night. Support me on Patreon.